when's the next episode of Big Lez coming out? I was like, fucking, don't you get it? It's finished.
So I just finished our chat with Jarrad Wright, who went on our podcast for the third time, one of our most popular guests, according to you guys. And we were actually going to meet up last week. I was going to go to Queensland, meet up with Jarrad and Kai and do this epic collaboration, but then this whole coronavirus happened and yeah, Australia has shut down its borders, so we couldn't really do that. So we improvised and we did a quarantine-style potty. As you can expect from a conversation with me and Jarrad, we went through weird topics from aliens, psychedelics, and just the whole human experience to conspiracy theories. And yeah, I'll leave the timestamps in the description box. We covered a lot of ground and we definitely want to make this a more regular thing. So like we talked about on the end of the podcast, if you guys have any topics that you want to hear about me and Jarrad talk about, then please feel free to comment below. And of course, check out the Your Mate Tom podcast on Spotify and iTunes. And if you're feeling extra generous, chuck us a 5-star rating. I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, let us know when you do it. I'll wait here. Awesome. So just comment below. Let us know how you went. And that's it, man. Just want to give a quick shout out to all our patrons for supporting our show, helping us do this full time. I really appreciate it. Especially our top patrons. You guys are legendary status. If any of you guys have received value from our content and you wish to support us in what we do, then I would deeply appreciate at least considering becoming a monthly supporter on Patreon. And check it out, we've got some new merch as well. Ayahuasca Shaman, check out the back. Yeah, it's fucking sick, eh? Another way to support our channel is also through a one-time donation on PayPal. And if not, you don't want to chuck us a coin in any way, shape or form, then I would always appreciate a like and sharing these videos around. Enjoy the potty, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.
Alrighty, can you hear me?
Hold on. Wait, I need to get mine. Yeah, go ahead, mate.
Oh, yeah, sweet. Quarantine style. Can't be too careful. I've actually heard that the virus has mutated and it can be transmitted virtually now, so you gotta be really careful.
That's safe, that's smart.
Yeah, what's been going on? I can't fucking talk like this. Ooh, hang on a
Yeah,
sec.
mate, yeah, it's just been a bit,
There's like smoke everywhere. Yeah, man, how... Do they force you to wear masks if you're outside in New South Wales?
Nah, I was just out before and there was fucking heaps of people just doing normal daily life. It's weird, we went to the mall and everything, started to go to the bank and shit, and yeah, there was fucking heaps of people. I don't think anyone's getting the message.
No, it hasn't hit us too bad though. But man, how crazy is it, like how it hit the US? It just like increased. Like there was like just a few cases here and there. Now it's like, I think over 100,000 or something.
I have no idea what the statistics are. I just know it's pretty how you going. I have no idea anything about it. I'm really trying not to look at the news. The only thing I'm concerned about is like, fucking what am I allowed to do? Am I allowed to go outside and fucking walk my dog and shit? If I'm allowed to do that, I'm fucking sweet. Like, I'm seeing the positive side of it because like we work from home and stuff, and we're like creatives. It's like a creative's dream. Everyone just fuck off for a sec.
Has your life changed much since this quarantine?
Yeah, it's exactly the same. It's only like I'm just looking at the positive side. It's like Thanos snapped his glove, and what like everyone's disappeared, but no one had to die from the snap. Obviously, you know, I don't know statistics. People are dying from this, but yeah, it's like I don't know. I'm looking at stuff like it's good for the environment. Like people aren't driving their cars heaps, and like fucking the skies are going clearer. There's not that many planes in the sky, so it's like I know everyone's saying this, but the fucking Earth is getting a good breather from humans, a little bit.
Do you think that's
hurts.
part of the reason why something like this had to happen? Like just for Mother Earth to have a breather and rejuvenate?
Yeah, probably. I have no idea, but like, whatever it is, I reckon it's a real good it's a good sign. Like you know how there's that Earth Day, Earth Hour, whatever, every year where you turn your lights off. Not everyone does it.
No.
But in this case, everyone's kind of forced to be inside. Everyone's forced to fucking not drive around and do shit. So, like, you're actually seeing results when there isn't cars going about, there isn't planes going about, and there's just less human movement of the stuff we're using, like petrol-driven. See results in a matter of months. So imagine if we changed our ways and how good everything would be if everything was like electric. Well, I don't know about any of that, so I shouldn't be an advocate for how good that is because I don't know how bad it equally could be as well. But like, I'm just looking at it like it's a really good. Oh shit! Like, fucking without us, Earth is pretty good. If you look at the before and after shot of humans versus non-human activity, like fuck, we're actually fucking it up on a daily basis.
It's pretty
and
bad.
Here's the proof. Like here's like, oh gosh.
Have you seen like that meme about?
Oh, it is as bad as they fucking say it is. Shit.
Have you seen that thing on like how if you remove, let's say, any organism on Earth, like ants or the bees or certain animals or trees, the whole Earth would be fucked. But if you remove humans, it just like flourishes and everything's living in harmony, you know?
I think I've seen a couple of things like that. Like, I don't know. It goes back to like that ideology that we've been put here a long time ago. Like we didn't come from here. But I don't know that either. But like I don't know. You can like. In that case, it like makes sort of sense, but yeah, fucking, I've no idea what's going on.
Do you have any like crazy conspiracy theories?
Oh, heaps,
or like just shit that you've heard?
So much.
What's a good one?
Too much.
What's the best one that you've heard?
What's the best one? Gosh, like I haven't heard that much, but I've made them up in my head just for fun. And like talking to my brother and stuff and going like, imagine if this is happening. A really fucked up one that I heard was the virus is actually a cover up for an even worse virus that happened in China or whatever, where it like makes your eyeballs melt and you just it just melts you from the inside. It's like so fucked.
Oh shit.
And they've actually locked down all the countries saying, oh, there's a virus with flu-like symptoms, but that's all like just a watered down version of what they're really protecting us from. I've heard something like that, and I was just like, oh, that's scary. So like, but then I've heard another one that was kind of the same but different. There's millions of conspiracy theories that fucking I saw the first one, just went, yeah, fuck. I'm kind of playing the role of observer, kind of just like watching what happens. But yeah, fucking who knows? It could be a big movement.
Or like a reason to push a certain law or like mandatory vaccines, for example. That's a big one.
So that's a scary one because like. I don't know, vaccines, fucking, I don't want to talk too much about the vaccines and what I think about them, like, because everyone just goes, oh,
it's so triggering. You're either
it's so triggering.
You're either on one side or the other. It's like, I don't know. I think it's a little bit more complicated than that. Who knows?
Oh, yeah. And I don't know information on either side, so, like, I'm just not going to talk about it. But if they...
Wise man.
I'm just sitting on the fence. I'm just an observer. I'm not sitting on the fence. I'm sitting on the tree that is between the fence and just chilling and going, what the fuck is going on this planet? And just observing. Like, I don't want to
these guys all mad at each other?
Yeah. This is like, it's the biggest dividing thing ever. Because, like, you know, before, when all the fires were going on in Australia, everyone was all helping each other out. Everyone was donating and fucking being real, you know, selfless and going, fuck yeah, let's all come together and fucking help the environment. Everyone like got like affected by it emotionally. And go, fuck, we've got to do something about it. And now that's gone. That's over for now.
For now, yeah.
But now this has happened, and now everyone's like, yeah, don't fucking touch me, coronavirus. Fucking get away from me. 1.5 meter distance, cunt.
Fuck.
Don't touch me.
And we're pretty isolated.
Look at me
as it is, I feel.
Corona eyes.
Yeah, dude, the whole, like you're talking about the bushfires, the whole world was like trying to help out. Even Chris Hemsworth, Thor, he started like this campaign. Fuck yeah, I saw that before. That's sick. Is that solid or is that made of like foam?
It's like hard plastic.
Ah, okay.
But I think it's sort of hollow in the middle. But yeah, I'm not gonna go smashing shit with it anytime soon. Otherwise, the whole thing will break. But yeah, it's a good little toy.
Speaking of Endgame, though, I didn't get to rewatch our old podcast, but you had a prediction.
Yeah.
And it actually came true. What did you say? What was your prediction?
The movie. The whole thing.
Like what? What specifically?
I think I said something like Tony Stark's got to figure out how to go back in time, and then they're going to revisit all the old movies to collect the stones, and eventually he's going to be like, fucking yeah, I'm Thanos, so I'm going to fucking click everything and wish everything away. And that's pretty much what happened. I can't remember exactly what I said, but it was something along the lines of exactly word for word on the script of the movie. I'm pretty sure they just watched the podcast of you and me in it and just went, scrap the script. We'll just write this, and I want my money.
Brilliant. Yes.
No, okay.
Get your royalties and shit.
Yeah. What the fuck, Marvel? Fucking get us apart as Guardian or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, I heard.
Get us in the background.
I heard that they're gonna make Doctor Strange 2 a horror movie, like a full-fledged horror movie.
Really?
Yeah, it's called like The Multiverse of Madness, but I think it might have got scrapped, that idea, but I think they should go ahead and do it, because Doctor Strange has the most accurate psychedelic visuals I've ever seen in my life. It's fucking incredible, man. I'm just like, imagine what they can do with a sequel and build upon that,
Open your eye.
Yes.
Fuck that bit, like, because watching Doctor Strange after, like, I went through all my trippy scenarios, like, when you trip for the first time and you're open to these, like, experiences and insights for the first time, that's, like, real magical. And then after it happens, more so you're just like, oh, yeah, like, you're kind of used to it. Well, you can't ever get used to it, but, like, you've sort of been through it before. But the first time it happens, it's always
novelty wears off, yeah.
Whoa, like, the novelty of it. That's like when I went through all that and just went through my first phase of it, I watched Doctor Strange, and I was just like, whoa, this movie is exactly what's fucking going on. Like, he's a doctor, he's straight as fucked, he doesn't believe in, like, chakras, or he just thinks it's all shit, just like I thought it was. And then she's just like, yeah, fucking, we'll feel this cunt. And he said straight away, he's like, well, what was in that tea? Psilocybin? LSD?
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's just tea with a little honey.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just like, fuck, I was like, I love this fucking movie. And I think that's what got me more onto Marvel and just started going, fuck, I've got to watch them all again, because I watched that. I was like, fuck, there's heaps of them now. I should fucking sit down and watch them all.
Yeah, they've got some... It's like we were talking about in the last podcast. We've got movies like that have such deep, profound wisdom in the symbology, and we just kind of treat it like, it's just a fantasy movie, but it touches on something so, I don't know, universal, I guess, however way you want to put it. But
there's so much of that. I've always wanted to, like, I can't be bothered to do it, but, like, if I was ever really bothered to do it, because I like a movie fanatic. I watch them all the time. Like, my girlfriend can't stand when I watch a movie more than at least 50 times, like, in a row, because, like, I don't watch them. I just have them on in the background, and as I'm, like, working or animating or whatever, and, like, I always can hear it. I know every scene, so, like, and I love looking at all the details and seeing how they did it and shit. Like I don't watch it because, like, this is a good story. I go, fuck, how do they film that bit? Or, like, fuck, that's so cool, the whole thing. So when I watch a lot of movies, I can see all the subliminal messages that they're putting in it the more times you watch it, the more you go like, that bit is so like such a standout-ish bit. And if I was bothered enough, I could make like an hour-long clip of just all shows I've ever seen, all saying the same message embedded in them, like all saying like talking about the same subjects.
Yeah, like core principles. Yeah, it's like religion as well. You know, they all have like their different nuances and different ways of telling a story, but it's all universal.
What was that? You kind of cut out that.
Oh, did I? Yeah, so I was going to say it's like religion, you know, like. They all tell different stories in different ways, but they all touch on the same thing.
Yeah,
and it makes me question, like, where did that original knowledge come from? How did that happen? You know, some people would say psychedelics go the origin of it. Who knows? Because I don't know, I wasn't there, but. I've been learning a lot of Hermetic philosophy, and that's like ancient Egyptian, Greek religion that was like predates like Islam, Christianity, Judaism, and they believe that all the profound religions come from that, you know?
Yeah.
Like this, yeah.
That's like been my answer too, like what you just said, like how do you see the 9/11 things, or how do you see? What are your thoughts on that? Yours, I don't know. I wasn't there.
Yeah.
I wasn't there. Like you tell your mate, like if your mate told you something that they did, like, oh, you should have seen this fucking thing the other night. It was fucking so cool. I did this thing, like, you feel like you're talking shit. I wasn't there. Unless I was there, like, you had to be there to see it. Like, yeah, I know, because like, could have been way less hits than what you.
And the bullshit detector back then wouldn't have been as developed as it is now with the internet. Like, we can call out bullshit so much easier just because we've been fooled so many times before. Whereas back then you could bump into like some village boy in the middle of nowhere who's never read a book in his life and tell him all this shit, and you're like, oh fuck yeah, that sounds good, and then he just passes it on, and then that's what people believe.
It's all word of mouth back then. It wasn't like internet, you didn't find it yourself. But then again, people today are really is impressionable the word? I don't really know the meaning of it, but I'm thinking the meaning of it is like you take on information, like you really. Is that what it is?
Yeah, like easily influenced. You mean like impressionable? That's
yeah. Like because like there's a even though back then like a lot of people was so easy to like religion was their internet or whatever. There's still so many people today, even with the internet and scientific facts or whatever, or just if you Googled it, you'll find an answer kind of thing. Like people are still gullible, I guess, or impressionable, if that's the word. I don't know. I might have to.
And there's so much information out there. Like I was watching a stand-up comedian, this Asian Ronnie Cheng or something. Asian comedian destroys America, and he's like, "Who would have thought that all of human knowledge made us more stupid?" You know. We have all the information under our fingertips, but at the same time, it's like it's so overwhelming and so much, and everything has something contradictory to it. It kind of puts people more, I don't know, confusion, I suppose. Maybe that's a weapon of the enemy, you know, just to throw in more confusion and chaos. Disinformation. So we're spending more time just arguing over petty details instead of just doing the work.
Yeah.
You know,
that's dividing everyone. Like, well, I believe in this. Like, but it's got there's something 1% of it I don't agree on, so I'm not going to buy the whole thing.
Exactly.
So it's just, it just comes down to just fucking. What was I saying to Kai? I remember I was saying to him about it. Because like when I was going through that, like really wanting to know and doing heaps of research, like what does life mean and like, is there an answer to it? Is there a goal? Blah, 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 blah. And then I was like really questioning the idea of infinity and how like you stare out at space and you go, fuck, how far does this go? We don't know. So
and that's just one dimension as well.
That's just one dimension. Yeah. That's just one galaxy that we can see. So I came to this, well, we can see other galaxies, but like from our naked eye, we don't know what we're looking at unless you really fucking knew the stars. But like, my point is to look, I came to this like conclusion that kind of was really freeing. Was like, fuck, like if I'm gonna keep questioning what things are, and get to the bottom of understanding and understand myself and understand life and try. I was getting obsessed with just wanting answers and trying to figure it out. And then I looked up at the stars and I thought of infinity, and I thought, if we are in an infinite infinite universe or multiverse, whatever you want to call it, if we're in an infinite existence, then to question it, it's every move. You'll be questioning for infinity. So what the fuck is the point? Just be it. Instead of trying to figure it out and learn it and trying to understand it and trying to get on top of it and trying to climb on top of it so you know it, just fucking be it. You look at an animal, you look at a possum climbing a tree, you look at a fucking galah having a good time, just eating on the ground. They don't fucking care.
Nah.
They're just happy being a galah for a bit, and then they'll die. Some way they'll die, like nature does. Same with us, and we'll probably be something else or nothing at all. Who knows? We fucking don't know. The point I don't think is to know it all.
No,
you just be.
Yeah, just infinitely
and
progressing.
That was so freeing to question infinity. Yeah, just be it.
Your mind can't
infinite.
wrap your head around it. I feel like it's just going to send you on a bottomless loop of this. I don't know, like jumping in the rabbit hole and not finding anything. You know, you're just constantly being in this loop, chasing your tail. And I think a lot of people fall into this trap on the spiritual path. I did. You know, you're just talking about how you did. I think everyone does. It's in our nature to be curious and, you know, look for more than what there is. It's like Alan Watts says. He says, like, you know, you chop wood, fetch water, and then you have enlightenment, and then it's chop wood and fetch water. Like, nothing really changes. You're still a human being, and you got to do your shit, man. Getting by.
You are it.
You are it. Yes.
You are this infinite source. So why bother questioning it? Just be it.
Exactly. That's what I'm actually.
That was a really good quote. That was a good quote, but I forgot it.
I like the Hermetic philosophy because they break down of how it's kind of like a foolish errand to try and understand infinity or the all or God or whatever you want to call it, because you just can't. It's unknowable on its very essence, and it's like you can't find God within existence because it transcends existence. You know, you can only travel through your point of consciousness.
You can just. I like to think, like, to put it in a sense, for like, say, the belief of like, we're all one thing. We're all one. We're all a part of God, just experiencing, life as a human, a fly, a bug, and it's all working all at the same time. Tree, nature, water, other planets, fucking space itself. It's all one big thing, just separated into these different viewpoints of reality. I just kind of like think, fuck, like, if you play a really sick storyline game, like GTA or fucking Spider-Man or something like that. You play the whole story for you. You're so amazed at, like, or you watch a sick TV series or whatever. You're just like, fuck, this is so good. Like, I'm so surprised by that. This is so amazing. And then you go, fuck, I want to, after you beat it, you want to go back and play the whole thing again, but you kind of know what's coming. I know what's going to happen. How good it would be to erase your memory and play it with fresh eyes again.
Exactly.
It's like if life and creation or whatever you want to call it was a game, and you came in already knowing your last life, your life before that, your life ahead of you, you'll be kind of bored. You'll be like, I know this is going to play out. Wouldn't you want to come in here and erase your memory and be like, fuck yeah, let's bring on the surprises.
Oh yeah, and think about
spoilers.
Imagine if you had no spoilers exactly, but imagine coming into this life and having all the memory of what's going to happen. So you know the day you're going to die, you know when your parents are going to die, you know exactly what's going to happen, And then on top of that, you know, all your previous lives and future lives. It would just be way too overwhelming. I think you'd lose your mind.
Too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's part of the reason why humans need to sleep every night, just to have a break. Because otherwise we'll just go crazy.
That's fucking
Infinity is overwhelming, that's for sure. Because every time I've, wanted to chase this experience, I'm like, oh, what's this like to experience infinity? And then I had some really heavy psychedelic trips, which really forced the totality of life onto me, and it wasn't fun and games. You don't think like, oh, I'm one with the universe. It's like, no, you're one with the fucking universe. That includes everything. It's just too much, man.
That's like another person I've heard that says that, like, people that are like that, they're like, oh yeah, we're all one, everything's all love and nature, it's great, it's wonderful. That's all nice and cool, fucking good on you. But like, if you want to be enlightened, or if you want to feel it all, that means to feel all of it. You're gonna feel the dark. You're gonna feel the dark as well. You're gonna feel the light. It's all the yin yang. It's like, no, but it's totally light. Dark doesn't exist. It's like, go outside and fucking cut your finger by accident. Does it hurt? Good. That's pain. Fucking
exactly. Go wandering around the slums of Brazil or something. Like actually see reality in different forms and not just this reality that we live in. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And it's so mind blowing. Like,
so much and shit.
Depending on where we're born on this planet and what time, it all determines how you're going to approach this life, what you're going to believe in, and how you experience reality. That's why I love traveling so much and seeing like just humans that had a different starting point. It's like, go back to playing a video game. It's like before you start, you want to choose your avatar, and it's all got like pros and cons. Like maybe you want to be more of a warrior out there fighting demons on the front lines, or you want to be like a magician or a wizard, or And it's all predetermined. It's like, oh, you know what? I got to choose really shitty parents so that way they can harden the fuck up. I can harden up and go on this certain path, and then that way I can express this creation. I don't know. It's like, I feel like in a way we choose everything before we come in here. You come in here as a kid. If you had a rough childhood, it kind of sucks going through it, but then afterwards you realize that it was all happening for you. You know what I mean? It was like character building. Like an origin story in superheroes, they all got like fucked up beginnings, in a way. All the best ones do anyway.
That's it. Like think of if you're creating a fucking, like Stan Lee making Marvel characters, you'd be like, oh, I want to make this kind of hero, but how will I start him off? Like Spider-Man. Oh, we want him to be relatable and stuff, so we'll give him a hard upbringing. He's like, poor.
Alone,
and he's like
no
struggling alone, and he's like, bullied at school and shit, and that's like the default kind of hero.
His uncle, his uncle, who he loves very much, we're gonna have to take him away, and it's gonna suck, but at the same time, it's gonna give him the strength and courage to fill out his prophecy or whatever.
Exactly, and he becomes Spider-Man. So it's just fucking like, with that idea, like, I want to be Spider-Man. It's like, all right, but you got to go through like just a bit of an uncomfortable start before you get there.
Yeah.
So, all right, deal. As long as I get to fucking swing buildings, I'll be fucking happy.
Exactly.
Man, and how good would that be?
It's my dream always. I'm always thinking about that shit. Like I'll be sitting in a tall building.
Do you have actual dreams?
Do
you have like actual dreams where you were Spider-Man?
I've had before. It's been a while. I have more like Dragon Ball dreams. I think it's more embedded in my consciousness. Yeah. I think the very first time I was like consciously trying to lucid dream, the first thing that came to mind was like, oh, I'm gonna do a Kamehameha wave or something, and I'll be like, and then the dream would start shaking, like he knows, and then you start to get all sus on you and shit. Man, it just starts crumbling more, and then just before I scream I wake up. I'm like, damn it. It's hard to stay conscious, man, like when you're dreaming, because you get like too excited and get giggly, like, oh fuck, I can fly, I can do this, travel all these different worlds, and like
I did that. I woke myself up. I still remember that one of the realest dreams I've had of flying was it was like a cloudy day, and I was full flying around Mount Warning, and it was so real, and I saw a cloud, like a big fluffy cloud the size of like like a big boat or something like that. Just saw that bit of a body just floating by itself, and I thought, fuck yeah, I'm gonna power up and fly right through this. And I did. I like powered up, whoop, and went right through the cloud.
Oh.
And I came out the other side, and I was drenched. I was like wet, and I was like, oh yeah, fuck, it's a cloud, it's moisture.
That's
I was
sick.
like, fuck, that's so. And I was like cold, like shivering, and my clothes were real wet. But I was like real happy, like, holy fuck, that's so real. Like, how good are the graphics? Like, I'm
so
fucking
good. It's
wet
like
and everything.
ultra HD. It's realer than real in some ways. It's weird to
And I
explain.
woke up from that dream like, yeah, what is real? How do you define real? But like this dream was like so real that it woke me up, and then I woke up and it was the exact same time of day that I was flying and the same sort of weather, like it was cloudy.
Whoa.
And I was like, whoa, it felt like I was just over there, like in real time. So I was like, I always remember that. I always have a lot of cool flying dreams. But the Spider-Man dreams, man, I've had ones where I'm fucking leaping off buildings and fucking having to do that at the right time to fucking hold on to it, and the actual fit, because you know how I love me rope swing.
Yeah.
But like, I know the physical feeling of holding a fucking rope and feeling like the weight of your body on your arms and just fucking
Using the
doing all
momentum to like get bigger swings and stuff.
Yeah. So like, I'm feeling that fully in my dream, like fucking, but like on a bigger scale to the point where I'm like, like fucking going off the biggest building.
You are it. It's just Alan Watts narrating in the background. Woo!
You are it.
You are it. Yes. Man, it's actually because I've just realized that the last time we did a podcast was before the last episode of the Big Lez Show.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
so it was too, wasn't it? It was actually a while ago.
End of an era. I watched the last episode in Chile with my mate who introduced me to the Big Lez Show, so it was really cool. And I loved, spoiler alert, how Big Lez goes Super Saiyan. That was a nice touch.
But the fucking... that fucking thing that Goku does, is it Goku? Goku does it, he just fucking... It's just that look with the neck fold, just... You're fucked, cunt.
Yeah, exactly. When their face says it all, it's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. You're done.
The dead eyes, just fucking come on, cunt. Let's go.
Go on.
That was so fun to make. I really wanted to make that fight scene like real intense, but like it took so long to animate that I was like, oh fuck, I'll just throw in a couple of punches here. It took so long.
How long would Dragon Ball Z take to animate?
Oh,
ridiculous, right? So I'm rewatching it now, and it's like they raised the bar in terms of fighting. Not even just in anime. I feel like just in TV and movies, like nothing is as epic as a Dragon Ball Z fight. You know what I mean?
You watch that, and it's just like, you know, when your mind as a kid, like going like full skits, like with power or something. If you had powers. And you're just imagining Dragon Ball Z fight, just fucking
it's the best.
Like a teacher you hate or something. You just imagine, fuck, I love to like do some Dragon Ball Z shit to that cunt or something.
Have you seen that kid online? He da 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 sing. It's like, have you seen this kid on YouTube? He like makes a video and he like really believes that he can go Super Saiyan, and he just really commits to it and just. And then he like takes off his shirt and shit. This time.
Wait. It's gonna happen this time, I promise.
Do you think
when I was younger...
Do you think that humans could evolve to that state?
Fucking...
Maybe not in our lifetime, obviously, but I'm talking like millions of years.
Well, that was like... When I first had the Kundalini experience, that felt like going Super Saiyan almost, like in a sense. But I remember having all these thoughts after it, and a lot of it was deception, because I was just busted open and ready to believe anything, because I was just introduced to magic for the first time. So I believed anything magic related.
Of course.
So when I thought of, like, imagine the future if we all fucking got on board with this, we could probably turn into Super Saiyans and shit. And I was full thinking that, like, oh, fuck, we can probably... fly and shit. We can like, cunts that know how to do telekinesis and make shit hover. Like, I was thinking that kind of stuff, like the movie Chronicle. Have you seen that?
No, is that
Chronicle?
good?
It's kind of weird, but I really like the bits where they like. It's just these three dudes that get telekinesis powers, and they're just like all learning how to fly, and it's all home video filmed, so it's like really cool. But then it just gets weird because one of them turns evil, and it's just like it's pretty good. But I just like the flying part where it's just like they're flying and kicking the footy in the clouds and shit. It's like fuck, I'll be doing that shit so much.
Because, well, who knows, like, how we would evolve eventually, you know what I mean? Like, we think that humans are the pinnacle of evolution, but if you look at as above, so below, there was always going to be an infinite progression, and there's higher dimensions that we can't even measure yet. Who knows?
Yeah, we're probably so behind on what the goal is. Like, you know how... This is how I think. You know how, like, a tree, like a big redwood type of tree comes from a specific seed, and that seed has a blueprint and it knows what it's going to become, and halfway through its process where it's just a little sprout, when it's yet to turn into a huge fucking redwood in Canada or whatever, it's just destined to be that. It's not going to turn into a gum tree or anything like that. It's destined, it's blueprinted. When it's like a sprout, it's probably thinking, I'm done. Like, this is my evolution. I'm old enough. I can stop here. This is where I'm going to be. But it's still got so much more to go to become what it's destined to become, what it's blueprinted into it. Maybe we're at that stage in evolution, maybe. We probably think we're superior, but really we're just sprouting.
Like, just breaking through the dirt. Like that level between the dirt and the light, you know?
Yeah.
Well, it's like you... Cause
who knows?
You've told me that analogy actually before we tripped on mushrooms a while ago. We can talk about that too. And I always remember that, of how, like, even when the blueprint gets sent to this seed to grow into this tree, even all the roots and the way it moves, it like goes all these different paths, like nah, and then it
calculating.
Yeah, it's all calculating, and you think it's, I don't know, it's like I think of it as human beings and how we make mistakes or go to the darkness and we think it's a mistake, but really it's just like, no, you're going on this path so you know it doesn't work, and then you can be rooted in reality so that you can be strong enough for that tree to grow, you know what I mean? It's like Carl Jung says, for a tree to reach heaven, its roots must go towards hell, you know?
Yeah, I remember reading that quote and I was just like, or maybe, I think you told me it when I was telling you that analogy, or whatever you want, metaphor or whatever. I think you told me that and I was just like, like it hit me like, oh my God, that's so fucking sick. And you related
that to Endgame, actually, if I remember correctly, because you said there is only one path. There's only one path that actually makes it. All those branches kind of represents different timelines or things that could happen, but you know it doesn't work. It's a dead end. So you got to keep going up the path until you find the one that actually sprouts.
The fucking main stem.
And there is only that one reality. And there was like Endgame. There was only one possible reality in which they make it.
That's so
of
crazy.
All the millions, you know. And I kind of think of that as like life, you know. And at least when I'm aligned to that sort of thinking, life becomes a lot better instead of just this meaningless thing. Yeah.
Fuck, man. I'm realizing how much time there's been between since the last podcast. There's been so many sick movies and shit coming out. You've gone traveling. I've gone traveling.
Yeah, a lot has happened, man. It's like, because we're going to record. For those listening at home, me and Jarrad and Kai were going to meet up like the other day before this whole outbreak happened, and now we physically can't fly to each other. So yeah, quarantine style potty. So we're doing it this way.
Quarantine content. Quality quarantine. Yeah, the fucking border's closed. I tried to go to D-Bar today and I couldn't get there.
Oh, so you can't even drive to a different state? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Roadblocks.
Damn, whole next level.
Like, there wasn't any roadblocks the other day. We were able to go to D-Bar and just fucking chill there, but we just tried to go, like, literally an hour ago. And, we got told to turn around.
Damn.
Otherwise, you have to line up at a big RBT style checkpoint to see what's your reason of coming into Queensland and shit. Because for people that don't know, I live right on the fucking border of Queensland and New South Wales, and our town is sitting on the border. So, like, the surfy part of town is Queensland.
Where
so
Kai
I go
lives.
to yeah, I go
So
to
you
Queensland
can't see
for
Kai
either.
right now if you wanted to.
I probably, I don't know. I don't know what the rules are. Maybe he can walk to me,
Okay.
but I really don't know I don't know what's going on, eh? I'm getting told we're on lockdown and we're not allowed to go outside. I haven't been outside for 2 days. Me and my missus had bought a blow up pool and shit, trying to make our own fun in the backyard. And then we went out today and everyone's out. Everyone's doing shit. Like, everyone's going for a surf or going for a swim. Everyone's in, like, doing stuff in boats. There's heaps of people at the mall. They're all probably shopping because they're allowed, but, like...
Yeah, not everyone's taking it seriously. It's like...
Nah.
We're in a pandemic, people, not a holiday. Everyone's out.
There's a lot of people with masks and shit, so that's kind of eerie. You're just, like, going, like... It's kind of weird.
Apocalyptic.
It's, like,
well, it's just funny how I got this... I came prepared for this pandemic. I was talking... Hang on, just getting my mask. Because I actually got this in Chile from a street vendor.
Oh, is that from when you were getting tear gas and shit?
I bought it from, like, some rider who just set up shop, of course, capitalized the moment, and he just brings out a rag and has, like, gas masks. Yeah, exactly, eye masks as well. And he's like, and then...
Yeah, mate, yeah.
And then our lady tries to sell me cocaine. I'm good, man. Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Just going down to Coles. Just going down to Coles to get me some rice and some baked beans. Just stocking up because you're in the back of an apocalypse, mate. We've got to stock up. We've got to stock up on the old baked beans and the chickpeas are really good this time of year. Chickpeas. You might want to get some. Say no, the bog roll. Bog roll's gone.
Got to be careful. Got to have your precautions.
And wipe your ass with a bunch of leaves, mate. I tell you what, or go for a swim. The only option at this point. Hand sanitizer, out of the question. You fucking go wash your hands in the mud and you fucking dump them in the water. Exfoliate, mate.
Exfoliate.
You'll be right.
Gotta wear your gloves, man. Gotta be careful.
No, mate, you just fuck the gloves. You just fucking get a lighter, get it, or make a fire and just burn those germs right off. Just a bit of heat, not too much. And get them right off, mate. You'll be right.
Fuck yeah, but exactly. It's pretty much how it is, man. Like, you go outside and it's like, it seems like it's just weird, man. Weird times that we live in, and we just had these bushfires happening. So I just came back from Peru and shit. So it's just been a crazy year. So
you know what? I want to comment on that. Okay, before I comment on this, I have no idea how it works or anything, but just from someone who's watching shit going on and having no idea how the government shit works or anything. But, like, my confusion is when the fires were going on, everyone was donating. The government weren't really putting in shit. Then this pandemic happens, literally months after, and they're willing to give billions of dollars to help. Where was that fucking money during the fires? Question. You know? Like,
who knows? Maybe from their perspective it could be because it's a worldwide problem. I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with the news at all, so I'm really ignorant on this whole thing.
That's my only question.
I'm trying to keep calm as a cucumber.
Where were you during the fucking fires?
I know, Thor had to help.
Yeah, I know, Thor had to step in with his fucking Mjolnir, or, what's it, fucking Stormbreaker.
Yeah.
Fucking, because he actually did. He brought the storms, so that all the rain came and fucking washed it away. We had so much storm activity. This way, it actually gave birth to a lot of mushrooms, like a fuckload of mushrooms.
Yeah.
Biggest season I've seen in a long time. Same with Kai. He's been full on loving it, documenting it. Back when there was storms, that was like a month ago.
Yeah, it's interesting points on where we all are on the journey. Like, Kai, I'm not going to comment too much because I'd rather just ask him and interview him, but he just finished his psychedelic journey, at least for now, so...
Yeah, we were talking about that. We should do a 3-way
Yeah,
Skype one time.
yeah, exactly. If this thing like lasts for longer than it should, then we'll just do it on Skype. Otherwise, I'll fly over as soon as I can.
If you were to fly over, I'm pretty sure you can fly to Ballina.
Okay.
Because if you fly to Gold Coast, that's just over the border. So like if you came, I don't know how it works. I think if you came here, you'll have to be quarantined for 2 weeks or something. But if you
even domestically, I know that's the rule if you fly in from another country.
Something like I just made the cutoff. For people that don't know, I've been in America, and before that, I was in Spain and France. Just as it was breaking out, like it was just breaking out in Milan and Italy, like just as I was in France.
Close.
So close.
Scary.
Like,
yeah.
I was working with Quicksilver. I was making like a little animation thing for them, and they set me up in this sick house on this like farm, like not a farm but like a big open hillage space, and it's right on the border of Spain and France. So I was in I forgot the town, but it was near Biarritz, which is a fucking lovely place. And there was a guy staying at the house briefly just for a couple of days. We were there for 2 weeks. But it's like a big share house that all these artists and surfers go stay at. And this guy, he was about to go to Milan in Italy, and then he's just like gets a call when I was there, just saying like the hotels and shit. They're just they're saying you can't come to Italy right now because it's getting a bit too full on. We're not taking in any guests. So he had to go somewhere else. He had to go to Rome. So we're just like, fuck, is it really that bad, this whole fucking coronavirus thing? I thought it was just gonna blow. Hey,
yeah, I didn't think it was a big deal.
Nah, it's getting real fucking skits over there in Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really underestimated. Like, as you do when something starts, you're like, this will blow over, but in this case. And then so we left France, and then we had to drive an hour into Spain to fly Spain to fucking Germany to LA. It was the biggest stopover, but it was cool because we got to see a lot. But so it was like a mushroom cloud of an explosion of fucking this coronavirus coming to Italy. We're just leaving as it's fucking happened. Like the scene in Independence Day when they fucking got into the Air Force One plane and they're just just feeling the explosion of the mothership.
Just escaping the blast, yeah.
Yeah, and then we're in America for about a week in LA, and then as we just left that, we're getting told while we're there, like, fuck yeah, Europe like full close in their airports and shit, you can't go back there. And then we're just like, fuck, 'cause we haven't been watching the news while we're over there, we're completely oblivious. And then we left America, and then when we got home, and we were all safe about it, we fucking sanitized our hands, we wore masks at one point through Singapore and shit when we had to stop over there, and so all real like, fucking don't touch me, can't, coronavirus. Kind of like in the airports, because that's where that's where it's all coming from.
Yeah, that's when the people are most paranoid. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's cunts in there that are fucking like just walking and just coughing and not covering their mouth. So it's just like, I saw like an old lady just walking around just going, I was like, fucking get out of here. Fucking, but coronavirus?
Slowly back away.
Yeah, but we just got back to Australia, and then 8 hours later, like that night or the following day, that's when they made the cutoff and said, if you're coming into the country, you got to go 2 weeks quarantine. So my other two mates that were in America that came home like a couple of days after us had to go in 2 weeks quarantine.
Oof.
Like not leave their house at all. And we're all good, by the way, because my girlfriend, she was going to go back to Sydney to see her nephew for his birthday, and her mum has like heart problems.
Oh,
so
shit.
Yeah, so she wanted to play it real safe. So we went to the hospital. She got tested. The lady came up to me. She was like a full-in big suit and everything, and a big fucking mask and a welder's helmet and shit. Come up like, do you need to be tested? Should you be? Where did you come from? I was like, I was overseas with her. Like we were together throughout the whole thing. He's like, okay, so you don't need to be tested. We'll test her. If she's positive, you'll obviously be positive. But if she's negative, you'll be negative. I was like, yeah, fucking sweet. Don't touch me. coronavirus.
Damn.
But it was like real weird because like we were the first ones there in Tweed Hospital when they just opened the testing, and there was people there that had masks and shit. And there was a chick there that we're talking to a good fucking distance away, and she's like, "Where did you travel to?" We're like, "Oh, yeah, America and that." And we go, "Where did you go?" And she goes, "Italy." It's like, "Oh, are you feeling symptoms?" And she just looked at me like, "Yeah, I'm feeling symptoms." And she had a mask and shit. I was just like,
Fuck.
"Nah,
Get the
but-
fuck away from me.
yeah." So we're just like, "Oh, get the fuck out of there!" But yeah, she came back. My girlfriend came back negative, so she can go home and stuff. But like, yeah, it's pretty, and just yeah, we got back just in the right nick of time. Like otherwise, fucking, I'll probably still be in quarantine now, or just getting out of it, because it was 2 weeks ago, or 2.5 weeks ago we got back.
Yeah,
So it's pretty fucking
people,
full on.
people started taking it a lot more seriously. Like, when did I get to Chile? I think end of January. I remember going to Chile from Peru, and all the security guards are already wearing masks and shit. I'm like, what the fuck happened while I
Yeah.
was gone? And
Yeah.
I think Chile had like 2 cases, and I think Australia at that point was 0, or maybe even just 1 or 2. So it was like, oh, okay, it's
Yeah.
just 1, 2, no big deal.
Yeah.
Next minute,
And now
fucking
Yeah.
million plus.
they bring in those fucking cruise ships or whatever happened there. I don't really know, but like apparently there's a big cruise ship full of them. But I thought, like, to be honest, I thought it was gonna be a lot more skits in American airports. I fully thought it was gonna be like military, it's like I Am Legend, like where they got the fucking scanner, like
Oh, yeah.
she's infected. Take her around the back, like no, I'm not infected. Like, fucking, like I thought it was gonna be real skits, you know, like
Last of Us. Have you
but-
played that?
yeah. I played the first one sort of recently, like the first half, like quarter of it. But yeah, fuck it. They didn't seem to be that cracked down on it when I was going through all the airports. I thought it was good. We were getting real paranoid because Danny, like, she gets a hay fever every now and again, so she'll start sneezing and like have the sniffles because there's heaps of dust in the air. People are probably looking at her like, you know, like, and I'm just like paranoid, like, fuck, what if they like see that we've got the sniffles and just be like, oh, stop there, you got the fucking, was that a sniff? Was that a sniffle? You motherfucker, come out back here, put you in a tent for like 3 weeks, take you to Christmas Island. But yeah, we're
It's
pretty
serious shit,
paranoid.
you don't
but
wanna cough
we
in
just
public.
went right through.
People will scold you.
Yeah, nah. It's like, it's the new, it's like you can't piss on the street or whatever. It's like that now. We can't spit. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna get me goon sack out.
Fucking goon. Oh man, that takes me back.
Get me fucking goon, mate. The old passion pop.
For those who are uneducated on what goon is, it's a bag of wine.
Bag of wine. Nah,
Yeah.
this is actually water. This.
Jared's just getting fucked up right now. That's a nice looking wine bottle.
Yeah, it's
Very
good.
clean. Make it look like water. I see what they're doing. Smart marketing.
I know it's probably silly of me I can just drink tap water, but like I don't. A lot of people are weird. Like I used to say, I don't like to drink tap water because like of all the shit that's in it.
Yeah, like fluoride and chloride and
yeah.
all the chemicals and shit. Yeah.
You don't know what's in it, what it could do. Yeah, but now I just say, I just generally don't like the taste of tap water. Like, fucking who's down there underneath your house cleaning your pipes? You know,
Oh.
like
Who knows what's in
you
there?
don't know
man.
what's in the
Nah.
fucking pipes.
And you
this,
don't
like-
like the taste anymore. I'm the same. I haven't drank tap water in like 8 years. Maybe I've had like 2 cups in the span of then when I was like on the brink of dehydration. That was my only option.
Yeah, we'll just make a coffee with one. Just fuck it, just make a coffee, whatever.
Yeah. Like
But,
hot water every now and again with tea. Like I'm not a Nazi about it, but generally speaking, I won't
Yeah,
touch
same.
tap water.
It's more just like,
I just don't
Yeah.
trust it. I don't know.
yeah, it's kind of weird.
I remember actually got shopping for bottled water, and then this
Yeah.
bogan guy just walks up to me and he's like, "You know, it comes free in the tap, right?" I'm like, yeah, okay. I must be
Yeah.
silly. I don't know.
It's just,
I didn't get the memo.
I haven't had that, but I think I've probably got a few. Oh, no, I've had, yeah, So it's usually the older generation like, you can just bloody get that from the tap. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, no, but the tap's great. What water do you drink?
That, what you're drinking, puree.
It's good shit, eh?
Yeah, it's really good. I like it that it doesn't come in like a plastic bottle, so that adds to the taste.
You can reuse these too. You just fill them right up.
But yeah, like speaking before about that mushroom trip that we did, because that was the first mushroom trip I had in 3 years.
Oh, really?
Such a long time, yeah. Because I had like a rough experience because I did it. I don't know if you've ever overdosed from mushrooms before, and I don't mean physically overdose where you die, but I'm just like, you took way too much and it became too overwhelming, and you're like, all right, I just gotta survive for the next few hours. It's like an ordeal. Oh, this is an ordeal now. Fuck.
Yeah.
And you're just like, you're just like hanging on by a thread with your sanity, and you're like, fuck, am I gonna come out of this? They're the worst feelings. like I really did it this time. I thought I'd been in, muddy water before, but this time, this is it. I'm done. I fucked up. This is how my life ends.
This is it. I've had pretty intense moment. I think it was LSD maybe that I've curled up in bed and actually accepted I'm gonna die. I just thought, this is it. Should I message everyone? Nah. I probably won't die, but like
you wait until that moment.
Yeah,
I might though. I might have to do that. I have to leave a note or something. I can't just leave this dimension without saying anything.
Those thoughts were there. I was like, fuck, should I do it? But I curled up in bed and I was like, this could be it. I could have fucked something up. This could be fucking real shit. But I was like, just at least I'm in my bed. I probably did die, and this is just a dream. I'm probably still dreaming.
I've had times where I had to like call my girlfriend, and I felt like such a, I don't know, a wimp maybe. Like, oh, look at me, like I'm a grown man, basically crying, and just want it to stop. Have to ask for help. That's
the like. Although in that point in the psychedelics where it like defeats you, that's like the most part. That's the most educational part, I reckon.
Oh yeah.
Where it like shows you what your limits are. Like I remember that mushroom trip when I was telling you about how that fucking thing came out the wall and started trying to talk to me and nearly tricked me. I don't know what that was, but after that I was sitting in this room right now because I'm back at my dad's. So I went to the toilet like to just fucking. It was middle of winter and I was fucking. The shroom just hit me so hard during that experience where I was like taking all my clothes off because I was just sweating.
Yeah.
And I thought, fuck, I'm gonna probably shit myself. I need to go sit on the toilet because I don't know. Like I'll probably.
They're the worst ones where you don't know if you're gonna shit, but you just have that. It could happen. Like that's how fucked up you are right now. Yeah.
Like you have no control over your physics. So I had to sit. I didn't shit myself, but I sat on there and then I thought, nah, fuck it. I'll come inside. I'll come into my bedroom. I'll put on a TV show that I'm comfortable with, like How I Met Your Mother, with like laughing audio and shit. It just makes me comfortable, feeling like there's more people in the room. And I was sitting on the bed and just thinking. Before that experience, I was real. What's the word? Like real new to the spiritual and trippy side, where I was like, "Fucking, I can handle anything. Fuck yeah, bring it all on. Bring everything at me. I can handle this." Like
arrogance. It's like the hero's journey. Every hero goes through it. It's like Thor in the first movie. He's like super arrogant. He thinks he's top shit. He can handle this stuff until life beats him down to a pulp, and it's like, oh shit, I better respect this.
Not ready.
I ain't shit 100%. Compared to these higher levels,
100%.
Like imagine, I always think of like as above, so below, trying to relate it to a life form lower than us. Like imagine if a spider just came into a human house. Like, yeah, I can fucking handle these. Nah, these humans aren't shit. Yeah. When really we're like behemoth giants that could literally squash them just like that.
Exactly.
They're in our realm. Whereas in this psychedelic place, it's like we're playing by their. I don't know who they are. but
Yeah,
it's definitely
mushroom.
something other than just us, you know?
Yeah, 100%, man. Like that's where I think the whole sense of the killing your ego, because your spiritual ego is like, fuck yeah, I can take on anything, I can take as many psychedelics as I want, I'm powerful, I'm fucking so good and up there, I'm enlightened, fuck yeah, I can handle it. But then you get put on your ass, and I was sitting there after that experience, because I was inviting beings to come talk to me, I was inviting that shit until something dark came and talked to me, and I was like actually so scared, like actually fucking frightened.
It's
and
terrifying.
The whole story of and I've had like the light beings come down and fucking protect me and shield me from this cunt, and that was so intense to see happen that I was like, holy fuck, I shouldn't be messing around with this shit. And I came back and sat on my bed right where I am now and just thinking like, I'm not ready.
It's
I
like
thought
Doctor Strange,
I was ready
dude,
mentally.
with the dark dimension.
100%. Like, you're not ready. Like, you think you're ready, and then it will show you, like, you've still got a fucking long way to go.
Yeah.
You can't just skip these lessons. You can't go to 7th grade and then just go to 12th grade.
Yeah. Just go to the everything is one, I am God, and then just skip all these levels. It's like you're still an organic human person.
Yeah.
Living a relative experience, you know. So
at the same time, what we were talking about before that is with like everyone, we've gone through that arrogance, where like that part of the journey is the journey.
Yeah.
You have to go through that. Oh, I was saying it to Kai as well. It's like the whole moth and the cocoon analogy in nature. The moth is like starts off as like a slug-looking fucking caterpillar thing, or a butterfly or whatever. Starts off as a caterpillar, has an idea what it wants to be, and goes, fuck yeah, I'm going to be that. I'm going to create a cocoon for myself and completely block myself off from everything, strengthen myself, and I'm going to fucking stay in here until I'm strong enough to break out. And it has to break out of that cocoon, and then it becomes the butterfly and has to fly and stuff. It's like during that deception part is like you make the cocoon, you shut yourself off, you go, fuck yeah, this is it. I'm done. Like, I'm just going to be a butterfly. It's like, no, you got to fucking literally decompose in that fucking thing. You got to fucking be strong enough to be able to break out of it in the first place before you be able to be rewarded with wings.
Exactly.
And like the analogy on Lost, where one of the characters like says, I can get this cocoon, I can get my knife and make the hole a bit bigger so it will be easier for it to break out. But if I did that, moth itself way too weak to survive on its own. It needs to build its own strength to be able to get out on its own. Like if during the process of like, I don't know, spiritual awakening or whatever you want to call it, going through that deception and arrogant stage, if someone were to step in and help you and go like, don't be arrogant, don't fuck with this stuff because it'll fuck you up. It's not like you got to take that information and go, you're right, maybe I won't. Thank you. I'm going to head on and continue my journey now that you've shown me the way. You'll be too weak to continue. You have to go through that your own deception that you created for yourself, and then you got to break out of that yourself.
And it goes through stages and cycles. Like you're talking about stepping in this cocoon. It's almost like we're going through a collective cocoon right now. We're all being in isolation, social distancing, spending more time by ourselves. And sometimes it's important, like, you know, again, we go back to everything is one, everything is connected. But when you're being too open with everything in life, that can bite you in the ass. Things can slip in. And sometimes you may even, like, you look back and you're like, fuck, I was like a puppet. I was like an unconscious puppet getting controlled by this thing. And I didn't even know what I was getting myself into. And in some cases, it's important to build boundaries and walls. It's like, for a garden to grow, you need to build a fence around it. So that way the coyotes and animals don't fuck with it. So sometimes boundaries and separation is a good thing. It's not black or white, but it's not always good to be open and have zero boundaries. And, everything is one, so therefore I should just invite everything in. That's the universe. Yeah, the totality of the universe is so overwhelming. It's fucking... It's too
Pretty
much.
fucking skid smart.
Pretty crazy, yeah. And even like, you know, we're talking about this
Something
psychedelic
massive.
journey, and I'm like, I feel like these days I'm doing it less and less and less as time goes on, and who knows, maybe there would be a point where I just hang up the phone. I've thought I've gone through that stage before, but I had to kind of reconnect because I didn't want to just leave the psychedelic realm just like scared or traumatized, you know what I mean? I wanted to like fix some healing that need to be done, but
Yeah, you want closure before you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'll always be there, like Jumanji.
exactly. You've opened the door, right? So now you've got to like seal that shit.
Yeah.
And it's like Avengers, man. The first Avengers, when they're like opening the portal with the Tesseract, and then Hawkeye, he says, doors can be opened both ways. You know, just a little line like that, but it's so profound and relates to just spirituality, psychedelics, this whole world of going into a different dimension. Like, you think that you're looking through a window at other beings, but you're also opening and inviting that world to you. And if you don't know how to handle that, something can slip in. You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know, because it's not like, everything is in your mind, but I don't know, that you can reduce that to everything. It doesn't really mean
Just
anything. Let some sun
a bit
in.
of light.
Ooh.
And Dad
going
and that
on?
are just out there, just fucking having a talk. My dad was mowing the lawn and shit before. It was like, but you couldn't really hear it, so it was good. But yeah, fuck.
But where
the
are you
Marvel-
at? Anywhere, like, where are you at with your whole psychedelic journey? Like, are you tripping? Do you plan on going back? Like, what are your thoughts about this world, this kind of work now versus how you approached it in the past? You know,
I guess I've kind of like taken a step back, like a big step back. I don't know when that began, when I kind of started to get a bit. I don't know, it's like how I said at the start, I was full into it, full diving in as deep as I can go until I got frightened that time. So I actually went, oh shit, this really is real, and I'm fucking with it. I shouldn't be fucking touching with it, when kind of I was 80% like, it's all fucking sick and all that, and 20% was like, I don't know if it's really real, until it actually faces you and goes like, fucking hello, how you going? It's like, oh shit, like alarms going off, like
you
fuck,
feel the warm breath of Satan behind your shoulder, like that kind of presence.
Yeah.
Like, oh fuck, this is real.
feel the devil's hot breath on the back of your neck.
Smells
That
all
was what-
fucked up and shit. Like,
That was what
Like a
my
rotten
motorbike,
corpse.
when I got my motorbike license, that's what my motorbike teacher used to say. She's like, look, mate, you're driving around in your motorbike and you go too fast around a corner, you come your head's over the white line and you get clopped by a fucking truck coming around, that's when it all goes dark, man. You feel nothing but the devil's hot breath
fuck.
in the back of your neck.
Oh,
And
that's
me and my
crazy.
mate we're just imagining like the scenario is just oh happens so quick.
He gets into position and shit. Like,
Just instantly, just everything goes black. You're like,
and that's it.
To answer your question, fucking God, I don't know where I am right now. I guess I'm kind of just chilling. I'm just being the observer. I'm not trying to go deep into anything. I'm not trying to. I'm really trying not to, because when I first was going through it, I was desperate to tell people and to go like, you need to see this as well, or you need to experience this as well. But I feel like that all that is just completely pointless, because everyone finds their own time to do it. You can't force it upon others, which is what I really tried to do when I was really arrogant about it. I was trying to get all my mates onto it, and I kind of pushed them away because of it. And like they're all sweet, like everything's all sweet now, but like back then, like I was really pushy because I didn't want to go through it alone. And and then I like learned you have to do it alone, and I was just afraid of that, I guess. So nowadays, I guess I'm just like, fucking, I don't know, just a silent observer. Like, I haven't really had that many experiences. Just the little things every now and again, like like something mystical would happen, and it would just be a little reminder saying like, this world's still here, it can still see you, you can still connect with it, but you don't have to. Like, I don't have feel the need to full on fucking put on me fucking scuba suit and go right into it and try figure out answers, try call upon UFOs or try connect with ETs or anything. Which is when that first started happening, I was just focused on looking up at the sky all the time, and instead of looking down here and focusing on me, when like even though they're fucking something's going on up there, and I've like had those hectic experiences, now they're just nothing but a memory. Even the Skits UFO we saw, like that was hectic for me because that was the first time I had like witnesses and seeing a proper metallic daytime craft. And then that night we saw the flashing lights in the sky. Crazy. That was just like.
And you made an episode on that, or based it on that.
Yeah, Mike Nolan. For anyone who. If anyone who doesn't know, if you watched the podcast before this, oh wait, we don't talk about that sighting in the last podcast because we saw it after the podcast.
Exactly, yeah.
So we haven't really talked about it. But for anyone who hasn't seen either, so after the podcast before this one, we saw like a metallic craft. We don't know what it was. It's a UFO. It's unidentified. We don't know. We fucking don't know. But we all saw it. It was fucking
by
there,
definition. We don't know. UFO.
Yeah. And then we got on with the podcast. And then after the podcast, we went for a drive up to D-Bar Hill. Me and you smoked a doobskin. But Kai didn't. Kai was staying sober because he was staying sober for years, so he was just like completely sober.
Yeah.
And we're just looking up at the stars, saw a couple of satellites, if they were. Fucking who knows? We're not up there. But and then all of a sudden, all these lights just started blinking and just fucking flashing, and we're all just trying to think, what could this be? Could it be a big cluster of metallic exploded satellite that's just passing through right now? But like. Some of the lights were flashing in the exact same spot, and I've seen these flashing lights before, but only one at a time, not fucking 15 that were just flashing everywhere.
It was crazy, so man. It was like had its own rhythm to it and stuff.
Yeah, it was really. It's so hard to remember exactly what it was, but like it was so. And I remember Kai saying, like, you and me were going, "Is this really happening?" And Kai's like, "It definitely is. I'm stone cold sober." And he was filming it. He's got it filmed somewhere. And I was like jumping up and down going, fucking abduct us, take us. Fucking take us up there. And Kai's like, how funny it would be if I did the video journal up there, just did this shit, just like, so here we are, just
on the motherboard. Yeah.
On the motherboard. This is I don't know who these guys are, but
looks like a fetus growing up.
Like, it's like that. Yeah. It was like that day. That day when we saw the metal craft, you and I were completely sober. I didn't smoke anything that day. I was completely sober.
No, we'll clean at that stage, yeah.
And I didn't even want to have like coffee during the podcast because that was making me too like hyper.
Yeah.
So I had like a couple of sips of the coffee and everything. So I was trying to stay so sober, so I was clear minded, and then that fucking happened. And
broad daylight. Broad daylight. And on top of that, this was during you drawing the entity that you saw during the Changa trip, right. And that's what really made it interesting, because that's like how magic works in a lot of ways, or just putting your intention into it, drawing a symbol, you're opening up a portal, inviting it.
Yeah,
of course it came.
Thinking about them, and then like, I was drawing and telling you about what I saw at the end of my bed, and just like looked up, and it was the first thing my eyes met, like looking out the crack of the window, and then I tried to look more, and I was just staring at it, and I was just so happy or just calm. I wasn't like, but like when I first saw it, I was just like so calm. But I got like, we're all like, fucking someone find a camera. We need to find a camera with Zoom. But none of us had a camera with the zooming thing.
I know.
It's just like so typical of like when you see something sick and you can't really, you just got to look at it.
And the footage is blurry and it's like a dot. It's like, it's right there. Yeah. Look at it. Yeah, no one's gonna, yeah.
Hadn't had a bloody cicada flying around. No, fuck. So like that, it was like that. That day was like the climax of all the sightings that I've seen in the span of that 2 years leading up to then. It was like that was the finale. That was the last one for a while. And I saw something else a week after that, after Machine Head. I saw Machine Head with my girlfriend in Sydney, and we saw something the day after. But like, I don't know what that was. That could have been anything. It was just like these two shiny metal-looking balls just cruising. They could have been balloons. I don't know. We weren't up there. But yeah. But since then, there's been no real hectic activity. At least nothing that matches that intensity of activity in the sky that you see with everyone. So it was almost like that was like the finale of it for a while, and it kind of taught me to look more down here, because after that I kept looking up. I kept wanting to see more. Show me more, show me more, show me more. More. And then I realized, fuck, I'm just never going to be convinced until I keep seeing more. And even if I do see stuff on a daily basis, I still wouldn't be convinced. So what's the point?
Yeah, it's just going to escalate until the end of time.
Yeah. It'd be like, all right, now that you show me the shit, show me on board. All right, now that you've shown me on board, show me your planet. Now you've shown me your planet, show me more. It would just be like, where does that stop? Like, you just gotta. So I just kind of took it as like, maybe they're purposely not showing themselves anymore. That was the finale, like fireworks going, that's it for a while, show's over, folks. Now you know something's going on here. We want your focus to be down here.
Pretty good finale, though.
Fucking oath.
Fucking amazing finale.
It was so...
And that was my first UFO experience. So
that's what made it so sick.
Fucking mind-blown, dude.
That was the... Because, like, to see your reaction and Kai's reaction, that was, like, the best part. To, like, see, like...
The cherry on top.
One side was like, holy... Yeah, it was just like, fuck, I'm not seeing these just by myself anymore. Like, so it's not just me telling someone and going, fucking this is what I saw. You need someone to be there, and to have you and Kai there that are like like-minded, but like he's both like skeptical, and like you need to see it for yourself. And then you saw it in front of me with all of us together, and it just made it just so special that like you don't fucking need to prove it to anyone else. You don't need to try to convince anyone,
it's that
family
proving.
members or friends.
It's that proving. That's what can really fuck your mind up. It's like with psychedelics, for example. Like that's why I've stopped. Like I still talk about psychedelics, but I say it from more of a, this is what I experienced. You can interpret it however you want to interpret it. Exactly. I'm no longer trying to be like the middleman of the psychedelic gods and bringing this to humanity, because it's I don't know what I'm tapping into. What happens if I'm wrong? What happens if I'm tapping into, let's say, not so truthful sides of these things, and then I'm deceiving everyone? I kind of have that. There's like this extra karma, like it's heavier when you tell lies to a big audience. You know what I mean? Fucking oops! It's too much power. But you know what I mean? Like it's like being a teacher or going. I don't call myself a teacher, but just saying it as a reference of like trying to teach people. You have a lot of extra weight on you, and then if you bring in people to a deceived side, then you can get, I don't know, I feel like the blowback is much greater. So I'm always careful of what I'm saying, and as well, man, I'm still like just a noob. I'm a beginner when it comes to this spirituality, psychedelic stuff. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. I don't understand these things.
Neither.
Can I understand these things?
Wizards with big grey beards and shit.
Yeah, exactly. We're still babies, man.
But what was that? Yeah, we're only fucking just starting out. Like, we haven't even got our greys yet. Like, we can't even. We're still on the origin story.
Exactly.
And,
exactly.
What you were saying before, like with the whole if you don't want to be the middleman, that's exactly what I went through as well. Like why I'm just so like whatever. I'm just doing me. I'm not trying to inform people or trying to G people up to jump on this wagon either. You want to see a UFO, you'll see it when you see it. I'm not gonna bring them to you. I don't fucking know how. I'm not gonna say, go outside and look for them, they'll find you. Fucking psychedelics will find you. Just you do it on yourself. I can't help you.
Yeah.
We can only show you the door. We can only talk from our personal experiences. We could be absolutely batshit crazy.
Yeah. That's a possibility too.
And it could always, we don't know. But yeah, but fucking that's why like when I did like earlier podcasts like on Josh Wade and everything and something I can't remember, I did something else. But I was real naive in that point. I actually got into could I actually talk to him and say, could you remove these off YouTube? Because I listened to I just skipped like a few of them and went, fuck, I forgot I did these. And I listened to it and I thought like, oh, this isn't how I think now. And this is a load of like, it's just rubbish. Like I feel like I'm not stating when I'm not stating things where I should be, which where I'm coming back to that thing where people today are very impressionable because I kept getting messages. The kindest messages, by the way, from so many people, a lot of young people too, that are all messaging me saying like, oh, what you said on this podcast or what you said in the Josh Way, blah, blah, blah. Can you tell me more? Or how do I do this? Or why, how, like I know the answers. And I'm like thinking like, why are they asking these questions? So I went back on that shit and just realized like, oh, fuck, like I see how they're hearing it now. They're not hearing it how I was trying to state it, and I just wasn't good with articulating words. So I was just like, fuck, this is actually steering people in a loop. Maybe I had a chat to him and say, would you be able to remove these because it's sending people the wrong message? And I look at it now like, fuck, that was me when I was like 20 or 19. I can't remember how old I was, 22 or something, and I was like still in the very naive stage, which I still am, probably am very naive. You don't know when you're being naive.
But the fact that you're aware of that now gives people that heads up. You know what I mean? So
that's it.
That's why I do the same thing. So even if I am wrong, at least I said it in the video. I don't have to be so harsh on myself about it. It's like I'm just human trying to figure it out. As long as project that and put that out there, and so people can understand, then it's all good.
It.
Who gives a fuck?
That's it, and hopefully, me saying that now to someone who's listening to this now, who's listened to the Josh Wade podcast and messaged me and said, can you elaborate more on something that you mentioned, or can you help me figure out that? What I can say to those people now, I don't fucking know. I don't know. At all.
It's freeing to say that, isn't it?
I
don't know. You even have like a smirk about it. It's like, I don't fucking know.
I don't know. You don't. The goal is you don't fucking know. The goal is to just be at peace with not knowing shit.
Yeah.
Or not just being at peace with being it. Just being.
There's a big
and
price for
not having to worry about.
And knowledge.
Yeah. Well, a wise man once said nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that quote.
But I've had those situations before where I've either done podcasts or done a certain video about psychedelics, and I look back, I'm like, fuck, Jesus, I was really deluded. And even though at the time I was honest about my approach, just looking back, I'm like, fuck, there were so many blind spots that I had, and I didn't even consider.
Blind spots that's a good way to put it.
And so that's I like you said, it's good to always just be honest throughout the whole journey, so you don't take yourself too seriously. And if you're wrong, no biggie. You just you put a different course, recourse.
Yeah.
What's the word I'm looking for? You know what I mean? You're like, okay, this is the wrong way. I'm gonna change to this direction. and
it's good that like what we were saying before about the whole cocoon thing. Like you put yourself in this deception or delusion of like thinking one thing, and all of a sudden that gets busted open to realize, like you look back and I go, like, maybe that wasn't the way, or maybe I should be thinking in a different sense, or not thinking at all, just and not trying to puzzle everything. It's like us to admit that people that would watch stuff with us in it, or us really listen to what we're saying and take everything really literally like we know exactly what's going on when we're just putting ideas in here. A lot of impressionable people that don't see that, they're hearing it. Because I used to hear some people and go, I believe that.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
Taking that on board. And
We
that's
all
going to be
do.
my belief.
Like confirmation bias.
We all do.
Yeah.
So
everyone
I
does it.
think right now for people to hear us talking about this will be freeing for them to go like, yeah, maybe I should reevaluate everything that I think is legitimate and kind of unlearn everything and strip away everything, your beliefs, your thoughts on things, your theories, your fucking anything. Strip away all that and put yourself in the wild and go sit up in a tree. How do you feel? How are you?
Have a bit of a chat with yourself.
Sometimes.
Yeah, how's it going?
Yeah,
Old sport?
sit
Long
out.
time no speak. It's like
sit on the beach, stare out in the ocean.
Yeah, it's weird because it's like I don't know. It's a weird. I think this is why you got to be really careful with the language and the words that you speak, and not be so sure of yourself. You know, words cast spells. That's why it's called spelling. So you got to be very, very cautious of exactly what words you are saying out there, and that's what I try to do to the best of my ability, of course. So
that's it. Alright, I'll just quickly turn the light on because it's getting a bit dark in here.
Damn. Oh.
That's better.
Damn. Different reality now. What's going on?
Yeah, you can
It's
fucking
a
see
bit
me.
warmer in here.
It's fucking so warm in here because I closed all the windows because like there's cockatoos out there just fucking blasting constantly over there.
Oh, we
So
got
I've got to
heaps,
like
man.
shut the door.
They're troublemakers, I feel.
They're fucking cockheads, eh?
Yeah, they are, right? Okay, I didn't want to...
I love them though. I love cockatoos. They're my favourite. And galahs and shit. I just love parrots. They're just the best.
We had some crows that were attacking my dog.
Oh
It
shit!
was like we were chilling once, and then we saw this magpie just circling our house. Like we'd see it from our front porch, and then we'd see it through the kitchen window, just doing loops around our house. We're like, "What the fuck is this crow trying to get our attention? Is it trying to say something?" And then we go to the backyard and we see a crow under a lawnmower, and the dog Barbie is like trying to attack it or some shit.
Yeah,
So
right.
the friend was like trying to get our attention, like, "Oi, you better get your fucking mutt off my mate, or I'm gonna do something serious." And so yeah, the magpie ended up hopping away, but ever since then, the magpies were like swooping the dog all the time, like attacking her, and they kind of give us a stink eye and shit. They're not happy.
Never
They
seen
hold
crows
grudges,
attack.
Yeah,
I've only seen magpies do that shit, but crows, they're smart as
crows,
fuck.
bro. Exactly.
They're fucking so smart. Apparently they got, this is what I've read, apparently they got like the intelligence of like a really smart 7-year-old child.
I've heard that too with ravens as well. I think
Yeah.
they're
I
similar
used to think
intelligence.
just ravens and crows are the same. I'm pretty naive.
Yeah.
They both, mate. I like the carrawong.
What's that? Yeah, I know the sound of them. That's the way.
I like it. I don't know.
That's...
I annoy my girlfriend so much to just like go up to her like,
How do the magpies sound? They do like a
Yeah,
unique song.
yeah. We were watching one the other day. They like will move their head back and everything when they're trying to make the pictures and shit. But fuck, I can't really think of it right now. Fuck, people are trying to call me and shit.
Oh well.
Sorry.
Big Lez Show though. I wanted to ask you like how's that been going? What's the plan? How are you moving forward? Because Big Lez, the character is over, or is it? I don't know. Are you gonna do a Avengers time traveling thing, or what's gonna happen? Another origin
Obviously,
story?
there's a lot of the story I can't disclose, otherwise I will have to kill you. But what I can say is, the reason why I ended it, why I wrapped it up, is people don't really know that that decision was made like 5 years ago. It's just taken that long to fucking make. So it wasn't probably like 4 years ago. I don't know. Whenever I was making the start of season 4, I was starting to realize, I'm gonna end it. Because I I have all these ideas in my head of like other storylines and big like long form storyline and shit with the same characters, same universe, same town, same fucking thing, just a whole new story. But it was all manifesting in my head, but I couldn't work on it because I still was wrapping up Big Lez. So I've always seen like how the ending of Big Lez was going to go. I always knew that spoilers if anyone hasn't watched it right now, but fucking Big Lez
pause
is
and
dead.
watch it all, and we'll meet you back here. Alright.
Big Lez,
Oh, you're back
Big
so
Lez,
soon. That was fucking quick.
He's dead. He's fucking gone. But he died
R.I.P.
a fucking G.
Yeah.
Fucking hero.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
died solidly. I'm sorry for everyone, but he's not coming back. Not the Big Lez. Not like he's lived his life. He wants to die. He wants to be freed and
Like Tony Stark.
yeah, he wants to be at peace, man.
Yeah.
Like so many characters that like I've grew up watching, like they all had to die sometime. Like fucking main characters, a lot of things like, and so I kind of took that on board, going, fuck, it's such a powerful story when the main character has to pass away, and for like a solid reason for the benefit of everyone else, and that to me was like, because I was making Big Lez throughout my teenagehood, that I felt like wrapping it up was wrapping up my whole teenagehood, so I can finally get on with adulthood. Like I needed closure of that show. And I wanted to keep it in the Paint universe. Like I said in the making of documentary that I put up, I had like Comedy Central kept hitting me up going, fucking, we're so keen to make a show and shit like that. But I kept going like, nah, like I want to finish what I started. I don't want help continuing what I've started. I want to have it all done and dusted, like tied up in a bow. And that's the Big Lez series. It's like my teenagehood, and I want to
let it go and move on.
Continue the world. Yeah, let it go and move on. And I don't know. It felt really, really good to finish that last episode. Like it made me tear up because it was just so freeing and just like the closure, and the space in my head just exploded with all these new ideas that I'm free to pursue now, because they were all put on hold during the 4 or 5 years it took me to make season 4 and the last episode of Big Lez, which I had the idea for that like 4 years prior to making it. It just took so long to make.
That's crazy.
To finally get it all finished. So it was all thought out before then, like really roughly. So like I think about the middle, the ending, and then I just improvised. But I always knew it was going to end, and I was just climbing to that while putting a hold on all these other fresh ideas in my mind, because I had to focus on this, on Big Lez. And then when I finally finished it and uploaded it, it was just like, fucking now what? Fucking, it was just it was like filling up your storage space on your computer or your desktop, and then you finally just fucking put it on a hard drive, put it away, and just fucking
start fresh.
Wipe everything, and you just like, fucking let's go. So like,
feels good. It's like the ideas are limitless, you know? Yeah. And so cool that you're in the position where you can do that and like this legacy, and then you can continue on, but at the same time start something new and fresh, something that excites you.
Oh man, this next thing excites me.
Yeah, it's like that's to me like all the best creators, whether it's YouTubers or TV shows or movies or whatever. It's the ones that are willing to let the past go.
And stuff.
Yeah, they can just like, I don't know, just end something and then start something completely fresh instead of just like, for example, The Simpsons. I fucking love The Simpsons, but Jesus Christ, man, it just never ends. They just keep going. And they're the same age, you know? Like, I feel like it'd be interesting if they at least maybe continued on, maybe like, I don't know, continue on when Bart's in high school or some shit. Or just do something.
Imagine that. They did that with the Rugrats at one point.
How did that turn out?
I can't remember.
Oh,
But I just remember
it's like a
they
terrible
made a
idea.
team.
It ruined the industry. They're broke now.
It could. Maybe like it's just
You got to risk it to get the biscuit, man.
it's like Stranger Things. Like you watch the first season and they're all little kids, and then you watch the third season, they're all fucking going into teenagehood, and it's just like fuck yeah, this is sick. It's got like what's the word? Continuity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Dragon Ball Z does that as well. Like even
So
now,
I really like that.
Yeah.
And that's how I'm gonna go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they have like
They continue
the father and the son of who grows up, and
even
same
in
with Star
Super,
Wars.
exactly. I like that because then you grow up with characters. You're not just stuck with the one version of themselves.
Yeah,
You know.
evolve and fucking move on and shit.
Yeah, even
The
now,
Sims-
like that's what I try to do just with making content. I'm not just trying to create the same shit over and over and over again. You know, even now, I might make videos about psychedelics forever, or there might be a time where I'm like, all right, hanging up the phone, I'm going to continue doing something else, but I'm willing to let it go if it has to, if my soul tells me to. You know,
It feels right.
There's this quote that says like, I'd rather the whole world be against me than my own soul. You know, like sometimes it's like Thor actually in Endgame. He says, I'm gonna stop being who I'm supposed to be and just be who I am. You know, that kind of shit.
That's 100%.
Because some people feel stuck in this loop of like,
you just let go and just you just be it.
Fly in the wind, man. Just fucking spread your wings. Fuck it. Just keep going. You know, expand on yourself.
Keep going.
A lot of creators, I feel like, get stuck in this bubble of like, oh, now I make these types of videos, therefore I got to keep making them because that's what the audience wants.
Yeah,
you know.
That's right.
So, yeah.
No. I never listened to that. A lot of people always told me to go certain ways and certain avenues and to do it a specific way or try to categorize what I do, and I just like, man, you're not even speaking my language right now. I'm gonna go in the backyard and fucking play on my big tire and not give a fuck and just do what I do when I want to do it. But like I'll say, like with this, like finally finishing Big Lez, like, and I have all this space to do. Like a lot of fans are asking, when's the next episode of Mike Nolan, or when's the next episode of Big Lez coming out? I was like, fucking, don't you get it? It's finished. I'm fucking finished. Like I put an ending to it for a reason. I'm not just going to bring out an episode.
Let it go. It's over. It's done.
Don't you get it? It's like The Sopranos. It's over.
Yeah, man.
Move on. Find a new show. But like, I do want to give my fans like a lot of hope as well. That like,
yeah.
Like, it's got to take a while because this is a whole new storyline that I'm starting, and it's got to be bigger. I say bigger. I'm trying not to give too much away because like it's some very exciting news. But like,
you can tell me later.
Yeah, but the only thing is I can't put a date on it because it's only just in the starting of it. It could take a year before you hear anything. Like it's whatever I'm working on, I can't tell you about it. Fuck, it's so hard because I really want to tell you.
Like until it's more concrete and
well, it's just till like I don't want to get people excited for something and then they have to wait like a year and a half. But fuck them, people wait. I wait for Marvel movies. I wait for the Joker for like 3 years.
And if it gets delayed, you understand. You're like, okay, well they're gonna make it better. I'm not gonna get mad over it. So yeah. So for all my fans that are waiting for something,
I'm working on something, and it's got to be pretty fucking big and different and more mature. Same universe, same humor, same voice, all like my characters and shit, like, but just something different, something that I've been wanting to do as an adult, because all Big Lez is just a teenager growing up in his bedroom making shit, and now it's like I want to
next stage of consciousness. Like it's more juvenile in a way. In the best way possible, but like...
Well, to me it is. To me, like, I see... Like, everyone sees it as like, oh, it's Big Lez, it's sick, but I see it as like, that's my younger self just having fun. Like, personally, I look at some of my old episodes and I just go, fuck, I hate that episode so much. Or like, fuck. Like,
But that's good. That's a good sign that you're growing. I feel like the creators from South Park, I hear their commentary. They say the same shit. They can watch their old episode and be like, oh, this is painful to watch. This is horrible. People like this shit, you know?
Yeah.
So if they have that attitude,
So
I think you're right. Probably on the.
well,
I have that as well. Just watching old videos or how I spoke or the way I made videos. It's cringy, man. But you got to eat shit, man.
That's like,
I guess.
That's it. It's like you said. It's how you grow. Like you fucking you learn from shit. Like you improve by looking back at the past. Like, for example, no one liked who they were when they were fucking in high school. Like you
and
grow
if you
up
do,
and
then
you look back at yourself and you just
you're
like
in trouble.
fuck. Like, in some cases, a lot of people are just like, fuck, I was a pretty cool cat in high school. Why am I such a shit cunt now? But like,
True, yeah, it's the opposite, right?
The majority is like, fucking, why did I have that haircut, or why did I wear those fucking shorts, or so.
I know,
you know what I mean? Like, so that's how I see the show, and like, yeah, this new thing I'm working on. If you be patient to the fans, yeah, I'm pretty fucking excited for what's coming. But
I have to say
you won't
this
hear from it for a while
because it's not too much of a problem, but it does happen every once in a while. I get messages every now and again asking me like, "When's the next Big Lez episode coming out? Can you revive him?" And they think that I'm like the writer of the show, maybe because I'm your mate Tom, and one of the old writers was Tom, or I don't know. But I'm not the writer of the Big Lez Show. It would be awesome if I was, but I'm not. So you can stop bugging me for that.
So many people
so
message
funny,
without reading into things. They just assume and just message anyway, and they like someone messaged me a full big thing the other day, and I just like kind of half read it, and I'm so sorry. Like, I get messages from people all the time, and I try to read them, and I try to reply them, but like, fuck,
you can't. It can't. You drive yourself insane. Yeah.
A lot of my mates that message. It drives me insane. I literally peg my phone if I get too many. I was like, fuck that, I'll deal with that later. No offense anyway, I love you all. I just need to put that out there because so many people get upset if I don't reply. Like oh, I've tried to record, get in touch with you. I'm just like, man, I'm out in the bush doing shit. Like, I'm sorry, but like, I'm trying to.
It takes a lot of willpower, just constantly going on social media. And like yourself, we both like social media is a big part of our job in a lot of ways. So I need to reduce it as much as possible and only use it for the essentials when I'm actually producing content and not. I don't want to say waste my energy because it sounds so arrogant. Like, I'm wasting my time reading your comments from you peasants. But you know what I mean? Like, you can't read everything. Otherwise, you're dispersing your energy instead of like being focused on what you're here to do. You know.
That's it. Yeah.
And a lot of people understand that, so it's all good.
I've read a lot of messages and replied to them. Like, I still deal with that. But like, that's why I made the making of video, because I get so many messages of saying like I realize knows how the show is made or what the story is behind it. A lot of people had the idea that there was like this big team of people in like an air-conned fucking LED lit office with like monitors and a fucking water cooler in the corner and shit. It's just like, I made Trimmer Island in this room. Trimmer Island 2. I made it in this fucking room I'm in right now at my dad's. And like, it's just be nocturnal just making it here on this fucking bed with Lost or playing on that TV just there. And fucking... So I used to get so many messages saying, like, when are you going to bring this out? Why are you taking so long? Or, like, how do you do it? Like, how do you, like, what would you recommend to do? Because I want to start making my own animation, blah, blah. And I just thought, I tried to reply to some of them, and then people still wouldn't get the message across. I would still get the same messages. So I just went, now fuck this. I'm just going to make the making of, tell it all straight, post that. And then you could just watch that if you got a question. But the funny thing is that even though I posted that, I still get the messages. Just like, just fucking watch the making of, mate.
Yeah.
I made it for a reason. Like you're asking all the questions. Like I'll see 10 questions here in this message that can all be answered if you watch this fucking thing. Just go watch it, please.
Yeah,
But
and some people get really mad. I got one the other day or the other
they
week.
get aggressive.
Yeah, one's like,
whoa.
you didn't respond to my last message. You're not my mate, Tom. You should be someone's cellmate, Tom. And you should be and I should be in prison, basically getting butt fucked because I didn't reply to a message. I was like,
Your
whoa.
cellmate, Tom.
Yeah, your cellmate, Tom. Yeah. Yeah.
That's sick.
It gave me a good
That's
laugh.
pretty funny.
And what's so funny is that you
But like that,
you
yeah.
know that him writing that message was like channeling so much rage and hate, and then to me it was like comedy. It was like hilarious. Not laughing at him, but it's just funny at how some humans can react in such silly
I
situations.
know, man.
You know what I mean?
Pretty intense. Like, yeah, I've had a few of those messages saying like there'll be a big, nice, heart-filled message. It'll be so nice, and then I'll be looking at it the first time, and I'll see that message was sent like January, and then I'll like see it underneath going, well, fuck you then. Like, fuck you then. You don't fucking talk to your fans, cunt. Fuck you. Like, fucking don't care. Like, whatever. I was just like, whoa, I'm trying to hang a shit on the toilet here, just scrolling through, and I see this. Whatever. It's just so funny. Like, you just, you can't.
Yeah,
win
and
with
some people
everyone.
in a rough
Can't.
situation, you know, maybe they're going through like a crisis or a rough time in their life, and it just
Oh, yeah.
They
There's
just
always
got-
that.
they just
Everyone's
flew
going,
off the
everyone's
handle.
going for shit.
Yeah, so I always, even the messages that are filled with hate, I always try to think like, okay, he's a human being, that they're not going to react this way unless
Yeah.
they're going through something tough, so, you know, send them love.
Yeah.
But,
And it takes a lot for someone to message someone
Yeah.
like that they watch. So like even I get so nervous around people that I idolize. Like I'll go up and see like a drummer from one of my favorite bands, or see like someone, and I feel like I need to go talk to him, and then I go talk to him, and I just feel like a dickhead. Like I'm just invading their space, and just oh fuck, they probably get this all the time, and then you start feeling like where you're walking home after, like fuck, I should have said something cooler or something. And so I can understand when people try to talk to me, like, because I get stopped sometimes on the street, and like, or like I do a screening or a show or whatever, and people come up to me and I can notice that they're shaking, they're nervous, and I'm just like, give them a big fucking hug, and just pretty much say to them through my hug, saying like, I know exactly how you're feeling. This is how I feel when I talk to someone I want to see that I've been watching or whatever.
exactly.
Like on the
And you
internet,
don't want to act like
DVD.
reserved, because then they might feel a little bit more like, oh, I don't want to overstep my boundaries. Where, like,
Yeah.
I feel like, same as you, you know, I'll bump into someone who like I look up to, and it'll be so
Yeah.
awesome, and it's so cool when they open up their heart and they're like, hey man, what's going on? And it just
Yeah.
makes you feel at ease, you know, and it's just
That's it,
easier
yeah.
to connect. So I'll try to do the same. So
I really try to do that with people, like, because that's what happened since I last talked to you. I went around the world, not around the world, I went to England, Ireland and Scotland, and
Scotland,
LA as well, and New Zealand and shit like that, to do the screening of Tomb Raider 3 and for Mike Nolan's Long Weekend. I shook so many hands, man. There was so many people there.
They probably got the
And I'm
Rona.
yeah, I did actually get sick.
Oh, did you?
Actually, yeah. This was like when Tomb Raider 3 came out, so this was like a year ago.
Lies. This is now you're infected, aren't you?
Yeah, I actually genuinely, because I was so affectionate to everyone. I try to hug as many people as I could. I fucking handshakes and fucking toke of a joint here, toke of a joint there, fucking have a beer, fuck yeah, can't, fuck it. You want a beer, mate? Yeah, fucking oath, can't. Like, I really got into the spirit and try to give everyone, I wanted to give, like, treat everyone like they're my mate. Like, I didn't want to just be like, yeah, thanks for coming and then fuck off. Like, I felt so privileged to be able to do that, and to be able, like, for people to come out and out of their daily routine and fucking get a ticket and come out to fucking see a show. Like, it just means so much. So I was just like, fuck, I gotta fucking give all these cunts a hug. I gotta fucking embrace these guys. Like, this is so sick.
Give back while you're there, you know.
Yeah.
Because it's not like ignoring a text message, right? Because you're there, you're present. That's when you give it.
Yeah.
You give it your all.
Fucking right there. You're in front of them, like.
Yeah.
And then because I was so just so fucking close with everyone, I actually came back to Australia feeling like shit. Like, I actually got a cold off someone, I think, and I was just like 2 days in bed, like, just so fucked. I was probably just so fucked from being exposed to like
everything.
There's so many people. I can't.
And it goes back to, that's why it's good to have your boundaries in certain respects, you know. Like, be open, but also have boundaries as well.
Yeah. See, I was a little too open there. I was just like, fucking share my drink, cunt. I don't care. Like, fucking get in there. Like,
have my backwash.
Yeah.
Do you want the rest of this, mate? It's like someone else's. There's like that much left of the beer. Yeah, fuck it, mate.
Yeah. Fucking spit in my mouth, cunt. I fucking love it.
Yeah.
But
please don't spit in my mouth, people.
Yeah, please don't. But like, even if I got sick, I don't regret it. Like, it was just fucking so cool to make people's day. Like I said, there was people that coming up to me real shaken, real nervous, and I just try to make them so comfortable and just treat them normal, like, because I got the sense that because I'm there, I'm being like a host or whatever to the show, on screens and stuff. I felt like some of the people coming there will look at me and think like I'm, I don't know, like, important person, like when you get nervous when you see a celebrity or something like that. So I really wanted to show them I'm just a fucking normal dude. I'm just like
Is that weird for you, like, to be seen in that light by some people?
Yeah, it's very weird. It's very strange. Like, I've been in a couple of situations where, like, I can only feel I'm there or in that area, or like I'm being viewed as like a novelty. Like, say something funny, or like, do that quote, or like, oh, it's so cool, I can't
dance,
believe
monkey,
you're here.
dance.
It's like, yeah, and it's just like, I'll dance for them, but like at the same time, I'm like I want you to know that I'm just a normal person too. And it's same with everyone else, that, like, no matter who you are, if you're the president of the United States, Trump still has to go and hang a shit by himself.
Exactly.
And scroll on his phone while he's hanging a shit in the toilet. Like, everyone's human. Everyone's got to go to bed and have their favourite pillow and shit like that, you know. Like, it's just, and it really taught me a lot for, like, how I view famous people that are like I'm not considering myself famous. I really hate the F word, but like I just want to be
fucking famous, mate.
I just want to be a normal fella.
Yeah.
Just want to be just a normal bloke, mate. I just want to be your mate.
Too late now.
But yeah, fuck. Don't touch me while I'm in my limo. Fucking go on now and fucking fuck yous. I'm too good. I only go to the fucking private clubs, mate. Only let in VIP. None of you muggles. Fuck off.
Fucking muggles.
Street wearing flip flops or no shoes at all. Fucking, you got a lighter, mate? But yeah, fucking. It really taught me to look at people that like are on TV or movies or whatever. They're just normal people too. There's like that illusion that they're for some reason above you.
We're all human.
When, like, you
and you feel that, like, especially when you're a kid, you idolize people. Like myself, growing up with, let's say, like Metallica. Like, if I met Metallica when I was 15 years old, I might pass out because of excitement or shit myself. Like, these guys are walking gods among Earth.
They're the real deal.
They're not human.
You know, I actually had a moment when I was 15 with James Hetfield and Metallica when I first saw their concert.
Bullshit.
This is the moment. It was such a cool thing. This is actually where, like, a lot of that, oh, he's just a normal dude too. He doesn't give a fuck about this crowd.
Yeah.
This is what happened. It was a big concert. I was 15. It was in 2010 when they came to Australia, the Death Magnetic tour. And they had the stage, the shape of a coffin. And there was, like, microphones set up all around the stage so they can rotate. and I was at the front of the gate looking up at this microphone, at one of the microphones. There was probably like 16 microphones around the whole fucking stage that he rotates around to. And here's me, a 15-year-old me, wearing, fluoro boardies and a white Rip Curl shirt. And everyone else is just in, like, black. Wearing
like
all
Metallica shirts, yeah.
Metallica shirts and big fucking, like, denim jackets and all that sort of shit. Everyone's just a sea of just metalheads. Yeah,
like you see like a pig getting grinded through this fucking crazy machine with like that death metal font. You know,
and studs. Yeah, studs and piercings and everything. And here's me just like fucking long hair, fucking like fuck yeah, Metallica, with a fucking white Rip Curl, standing out like a sore thumb. And the lights went off and the laser shows went off and the first song started and James Hetfield was standing right at the mic where I was in front of. So it was like, that was the first place he stood. He was fucking doing his thing. And it was a song that I sort of knew the lyrics to, but didn't really know. And he was looking at me and he was just kind of laughing like, fuck, you stand out so much. And I realised like, oh yeah, I'm the only cut here with a white shirt. And like just laughing. And he was just kind of laughing as I was trying to like sing along with him. And he was like kind of laughing and shit as he was doing it and just like winked at me or whatever and just like, it was almost like I saw in his face, in his eyes, like oh that's heart lifting, like that just see just some random kid from Australia that's come to the show. He doesn't care what's around him. He's probably likes being at the beach and shit, wearing Rip Curl shit. I grew up in a surfing kind of culture. I don't surf, but like I've always been around it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like into that kind of world, like in their normal day-to-day life. So for him to see that would just be like fuck yeah, little man, sick.
Yeah, and from what I know, James Hetfield's like super humble, like doesn't think of him as top shit or whatever.
Yeah. I full felt that when I saw that.
It just looks like, you kid, yeah.
Yeah. But that was really cool.
Got it. Play some Metallica.
Huh.
Fuck yeah. Bit of Master of Puppets. That's all.
What was that, Rick? How's it go?
So 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 3, 0, 1, 4. That's hilarious. Alright, cool. I'm glad how that ended up. Yeah, but dude, Metallica were fucking gods to me, man. And
same.
Like, I listen to them every once in a while because I'm learning drums. So I'm learning like a bit of the easier stuff, like Enter Sandman.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, me too.
I couldn't do like Trivium or Slipknot or any of those hectic drum parts. You
need so much more fucking limbs to play that shit. I'm trying that. I've got a drum kit. I've got a drum kit in the other room. I've been trying to do the double kicks and all those patterns and stuff. It's such an old kit and so like untuned, so it's real sloppy, but like it's fun to let out some steam.
Yeah, we still got a jam, man.
Yeah, man. I'd love to play drums while you're playing guitar, or vice versa.
And we can rotate.
Really cool. Yeah, fuck, that would be sick.
Get a loop pedal.
100% gonna do that.
Yeah, it'll be fucking sick.
That's what I need. That's what I need to get.
That changed the game for me, like just in terms of writing. At least solos and harmonies and it's so good. It's like having a second guitarist with you.
I sort of got like a loop pedal, but it's not a pedal. It's a button on like this fucking thing on my amp that I can like play something and then stop and then rewind and play it. But it's not like I can't flow with a song. I've got to record it all and stuff. So it's like I should get a fucking loop pedal. That's another thing I need to do. A lot of people keep saying, when are you going to bring out more music? And fuck, I say it so much. I always say I'm going to do it and then never get around to it, because I've got like 10 songs that I play by myself but never record. And I can easily just go in that room and just turn on the shit and just record it easily. But I'm so picky where, like, the end of a song I would do different every time I play it, and I can't pick the one that I'm going to keep.
It's difficult, like, yeah. I'm the
it's
same.
so-
You get really picky and you just...
So picky, man. So like all the songs that people have heard that I've made so far, I already want to change them all. Everyone's like, "No, they're sick." I was like, "Fucking, I hate them. I want to change them." I want to change them up so much.
Speaking of, how do you write the Big Lez Show? Do you like write a script, or like do you sit there and just think of like how this story could unfold and you write it down, or do you just kind of improvise and draw them from like how do you go through the process of writing, even now, let's say, for what's to come? How do you come up with these ideas?
Watch the fucking making of, mate. That's why I made it.
Beautiful. Done. Yeah.
But
Podcast ends. Oh, there you go.
Just put it in the bubble, the making of. But how I do it is like, it's kind of back to front. So I think of it all in my head. Like, I'd imagine, I don't like try puzzle it in my head. It just kind of happens as I'm thinking about it. It just kind of plays out. It's really hard to explain. It's almost like that world is existing and I can just tune into it and have a laugh at what they're doing right now, and then kind of come back and try structure it a little bit till it sort of makes sense in my head. So I don't really write anything down physically. So what I do is I have the general idea and I just start drawing, and I draw heaps of frames until it's all kind of painting the picture I'm seeing in my head. And while I'm drawing it, I'm hearing what they're saying in the scenes I'm drawing. So it's like I'm seeing the scene play out in slow motion because it takes so long to draw. So as I draw each frame, I'm like, oh yeah, he can say this here, and it can cut to Donnie and he can say something funny, and then it can cut to that, and then this could lead into that scene. Yeah, that sounds perfect. I'll just keep drawing it, and I'll just keep drawing until I've finished the whole episode in like let's say the Mike Nolan's Long Weekend, the last series I made. They're like only 5-minute episodes, so I'll just think of like the one where they go out in the boat and they go jumping off the bridge and stuff, and that's like, fuck, that's perfect. I've been on so many days of myself where I've done that normally, so it's a no-brainer. I'll just fucking draw it till that adventure happens. They go out in the boat and then they come back, and then I'll just kind of flick through the pictures.
Oh, fucking...
Someone's home. But yeah, I'll just draw the pictures, and then I'd have like a collection of like maybe 500 to 600 pictures. Sometimes it could be 1,000 pictures.
That's heaps.
Yeah, but then again, a lot of them are copied and pasted and just moved slightly, so I don't have to redraw every single picture. So you just divide that by like 3 maybe, because a lot of them are copy and pastes and rearranged pictures. But so I have like that many pictures on like a Windows photo viewer, and I'll just be clicking through them because I name them all in order. So I can just like flick through them so it makes like a stop motion picture of the cartoon, and then by that I can just kind of figure out what they're saying and just kind of do the voices while I'm flicking through it, like, fucking, hey Nolan, how you fucking been? Like, yeah mate, yeah, been pretty fucking good, eh? Like, how's the fucking missile? How's the fucking this? Like, oh yeah, it's been pretty fucking good, eh? We'll fucking go on the boat tomorrow. Like, yeah mate, it sounds good, fucking hope. And I kind of just flick through it, and then I'd say something. I catch myself saying something as I'm looking at the picture and make myself laugh. You go, fuck, I've got to remember that. So
yeah, that's the one to keep in. Yeah,
so I don't write it down, but I remember it. And I think that's actually what's made my memory good, because like apparently I've got a good memory according to some people. So I think by doing that has strengthened my memory gland or whatever that is in your brain. But
Are memories even
So
kept in
when
the brain? That's another question.
yeah, fucking who knows? Where are dreams stored and shit? But or thoughts or brand new thoughts. Like what the fuck?
Or just memories, because they say that all your cells get, like, in 7 years, you're a brand new person. So if all your brain neurons are getting, I don't know, filled up with new ones, I don't know, like, how is memory stored physically in the brain? Is it a metaphysical thing? I don't know. Now we're just going to crazy questions that we can just delve in forever, but...
Something we can question for infinity, but never get the answer.
Infinity and beyond.
But yeah, other than that, it's just I'll just go back and then it'll be recording time, and then I'll use this mic that I got here
Oh, sick.
and just fucking hang that up in the closet like that, and just look at the pictures.
Oh,
And
that was better
I'll
sound
just
quality,
know what to
actually.
say.
You hanging
sorry.
it upside down.
Yeah, and then I just kind of talk shit for about an hour, even though the episode itself goes for 5 minutes. I would talk shit for like 40 minutes, and I'll repeat a sentence until it's perfect. I'm really OCD with like
Yeah.
it'll be like, "G'day Nolan, how's it going? You going to the shops later?" I'll be like, "G'day Nolan, how you going? Would you going to go to the shops later?" I'm like, "No, I'll change it. G'day Nolan, do you want to go down to Coles for a bit and go get a fucking rump steak or whatever?" "No, I'll change it to chicken."
Rum steak.
"G'day Nolan, do you want to go to Woolworths and go to fuck?" And then I'm like, "Fuck, I got to change it." So I keep changing it until I get the right one. And then I'd have just this 40-minute long recording of just me talking shit, just just so much noise. And then I'll have to spend ages just like going through Audacity with my mouse and just like selecting all the speeches that I don't want, get rid of them, and have like the one sentence that I like, and then kind of connect it to the next sentence, and then connect that to the next till it makes
the fat.
turns 40. Yeah, till it. Yeah, that's good. Trimming the fat. That's exactly it. And so like I'll turn 40 minutes down into like 5 minutes, and that will be the episode in audio form. And I'll go, all right, so I got the audio, the episode in audio form, sorry. So I got that ready, and then I got all the pictures ready. So then I put that into a movie making editing program, which is Adobe Premiere Elements 11 or 12 or fuck, I don't know. And then all I got, my job is now is just to sync all the pictures I've drawn to what's going on in the audio. So it's real easy at that point. I just got to puzzle everything at the right timing. And then after that, I just got to touch it up with sound effects and fucking a little sound here and there, or music, or fucking something happening with the picture, like a...
Do you
some
keep
sort of special effect.
like a story arc in mind, like the 3-act structure, or do you keep any of these things in mind when you're making episodes or a saga?
I see the whole universe in my head, the whole where it's going. Like even in the Mike Nolan show, I've set up the next story that I'm telling, but you have no idea what that. But I do.
Yeah,
like I know exactly what point in time they're at in the Mike Nolan's Long Weekend, where what's happening behind the scenes, and what the prequel is, what the sequel is, what's happening 100 years in the past to 100 years in the future. I see it all as one, and I can like navigate my way through.
So it's all cohesive and
timeline.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I never put rules of like, because there's a lot of writers that have these certain rules, like the hero's journey,
right? And
they have all these like things that they go by. I just fucking do it. I don't have any. I don't even think about it. I just fucking do it. Like what would happen in real life?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like I just recently.
Maybe you already have that in your DNA, like just unconsciously you understand it. Yeah.
It's just what happens in life, man.
Yeah,
like I've been through a journey in my own things. I'm still on a journey now. I've closed a journey. I've fucking started one, ended one, started a new one. So I know the basic structure of how it goes. Just like I was saying, the basic structure of a seed to grow blueprinted into a tree. It's just nature.
Exactly.
So I don't need to categorize it and like...
It has its own mind to it. Mm.
Yeah.
There's a lot
of
Hermetic
rules and stuff into writing.
Yeah, well,
It's like,
brings me back to Hermetic philosophy. The first principle is the law of mentalism. So everything comes from mind. For something to exist, it has to come from nothing. And then you have like, the human mind and our plane, and then you've got everything below. You've got animal mind, plant mind, like minerals, salts. They all have their own mind, and then it goes up. It's like a musical scale, You got like the 7 main notes or 12 notes, including all the sharps and the flats. And you go up the notes to C, D, E, F, G, 8, and then it goes back to C. It's like the same note, but it's like in a higher dimension, like a different octave.
Yeah.
It's all right in fucking front of you. Look around, people. The secrets of the universe. It's right there.
It's all right in front of your face.
Fucking there.
A lot of it is right there most of the time.
And like you said, we would just come to this timeline with an erased memory. And who knows, man? We're just uncovering, remembering. Or maybe not. Who knows? But
Oh, that's another cool quote. I forgot who said it, but it was like, it was some philosopher that said, "All I know is that I know nothing at all."
Exactly. I don't know shit.
I forgot who said that. Yeah, you just be in it.
Big Lez.
Be in whatever, just taking shit as it comes.
Yeah.
Like this whole coronavirus thing.
The Rona. Yeah.
The Rona. What? Fuck. I don't know what's going to happen.
Do you think this would increase or decrease sales of Corona beer?
That is so stupid to me. How people aren't buying the beer.
Yeah.
That thick that you think that's where it's coming from because it's called Corona. Oh my god. Like, me and my missus and my brother and that, we've been buying cases of Corona beer as a joke because no one else is buying it. It was like, fuck, let's get a case of Ronas.
That's hilarious.
And
yeah.
It's so silly that people aren't going and buy them. It's just like, and the toilet paper thing, like, well, we went to the shops today and we're like, oh fuck, there's a chick that has toilet paper. She somehow got toilet paper. We're thinking like, fuck, it's so valuable now. Toilet paper, like, if you got to buy one, you got to buy 3 lots because you don't know when you're never got to get it again. So
you got
to
be there early.
Up.
People line up. They camp out in front of Woolies. I don't know if that's true, probably not, but I wouldn't be surprised.
No. I've seen it. Like,
are you serious? I'm just making this shit up.
No, like there was a thing like I didn't see it with my own eyes, but I saw like videos, or I fucking can't remember where I saw it, but it's been a thing where people are full on like lining up to get shit, and it's fucking crazy. Like all right, toilet paper, yeah, whatever. But what about other shit that you should be fucking stocking up on? Like,
it's just funny you said toilet paper, and then your next words were "but shit."
Just fucking.
What are you trying to say?
But like, so fucking don't give a shit.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
But,
like,
no.
I think people, like, we were talking about this the other week, of how we're not ready for aliens, man. Like, the way that people are reacting. Especially, like, I can understand in other countries, let's say, like, crazy third world countries where resources are really limited. Like, in Chile, I was telling you as well how, like, there's armed robberies, dude. There was already, like, this apocalypse thing going on with the protests and people rising up against the cops. And so it's like this sort of revolution thing going on. Then this virus hits, and apparently some people are taking advantage and doing armed robbery, taking hostages and shit, just to like take food and toilet paper and all that kind of stuff. So it just makes me very grateful that we live here. We're in Australia. If you're in Australia, listen to this. We're all good. We got plenty of resources. There's a lot of food and water that we don't have to import for us to survive, But people got to calm the fuck down. Seriously, it's people's panic that worries me more than the virus itself.
That's a good quote from Men in Black, the first one.
What is
how Will Smith is like just learning about the Men in Black and talking to Tommy Lee Jones, the Men in Black guy. He's just like, well, if there's aliens everywhere, why don't you tell everyone? Why don't, like, people can handle it? People are smart. And then he just replies with like, a person is smart, people are dumb, panicking like animals, and you know it. It's just like a few 3,000 years ago, everyone believed that the Earth was flat. And
Some people
accepted
still
it.
do.
Then 500 years ago, everyone believed a certain way. And then 5 minutes ago, you just learned that you weren't alone on this planet.
Yeah.
Like, he says, like, and he said another thing, like, there's always a fucking meteorite coming to kill us. There's always a big mothership coming to fucking kill us. There's always a big earthly plague ready to wipe us out. The only reason that people get on with their happy little lives is they do not know about it. And that's like the Men in Black thing. And it was just like, that's what I was going to say before when you asked me at the start of the podcast, what are my made up theories on what's going on. And I remember telling you like a week ago.
We're going full circle now. I like this.
Yeah. That like, what if people that are really impressionable and thinking I'm about to tell some actually hectic thing, I'm just saying a what if, top of my head. I don't know my shit. This is just a hypothetical fun thing.
Lies, you're just saying that to protect yourself.
Now.
Tell us what you know, Jarrad. Tell us. Stop holding back. Tell the people. What are the secrets of the universe?
All right. Let's get down to brass. I'm going to tell the cold heart truth, and this is exactly what is going on.
100% accuracy. Guaranteed.
All impressionable viewers, believe this from now on. Don't believe anything else but what I'm about to tell you. Fucking, what if all this fucking is a big test, a big drill to see, like, obviously there is a virus. It's not that hectic. Like, it is hectic. It's killing people and a lot of the elderly and what, I don't know about it. Don't correct me on it, whoever. I'm not going to fucking read
compromise the immune systems, yeah.
But it's not as skits as, say, like a zombie apocalypse, or like a definite you will absolutely die from this and melt from the inside.
Like immediate hit.
It's not something
like,
as skits as that. So
yeah.
Yeah, so it's like compared to what it could be, it's rather mild to a global pandemic compared to like something way worse to the imagination.
Especially if you've lived a whole life in a bubble, like a developed country, and you haven't really gone through like any true hardship in life, and everything's been quite cruisy to this point. Then to them, it really is this crazy pandemic, and people are freaking out, man. Yeah. Genuinely, people are freaking out, having panic attacks. It's crazy.
And that's all well and fine. You're supposed to. You shouldn't be shrugging this shit off, even if it's fucking not as bad as it could be. But my point
it should be alright, mate.
yeah, exactly. Like, it's the people that like actually get it, probably. But I don't know. Again, but my point is, like, what if this was like a drill to see how humanity as a whole, every country is involved in this, to see how we deal with something like this. It's like a drill that they do. Maybe this is just hypothetical. Remember, impressionable viewers, that what if it's like, all right, we've put them through environmental disasters. We'll set the fires and we'll fucking do all that in Australia and the Amazon and fucking all that. See how they react. They failed here. They failed here. They did all right there. All right. Now let's go on to the pandemic section. We'll see how they handle this test. They're going for the toilet paper for some reason. Tick. That's fucking weird. Yeah, they didn't do that. They didn't do that. They didn't do that. They're fucking ignoring this. Fucking, if this really happened, that'd be fucking
they watched that video of the two ladies fighting at Woolies or whatever.
Hold on, you're crackling out. I couldn't.
Sorry, you were too.
You just crackled.
Yeah, they go through the test and they see how we react, and they go see that video of like those two ladies fighting at Woolies over the toilet paper.
Yeah,
and they're like, oh fuck,
it's fucking stupid.
We have a lot of work to do.
Then they're sitting around a big table, just like, so we should cancel the April event where we tell everyone about aliens. Yes, I think. Yeah, they're not ready. I mean, don't fucking tell them shit. Should we tell them about the hectic meteorite that's coming to wipe us all out? Definitely not, because they'll panic even worse.
No, we're not ready. Dude, we're not even ready to hear about shit that's going on in this physical reality, man. Just like the dark, evil shit that goes on behind the scenes of God knows what.
Yeah.
You know,
it really goes to show that, like,
Even for me, man, I get to a point
everyone
where
is
I
just
have to stop.
susceptible to believing the news.
Yeah, and I even get to the point now where if it's like if
Yeah.
information gets too overwhelming, too dark, and too evil, too quick, I'm like, okay, fuck, I don't want to be ignorant of it, but at the same time, I'm like stressing myself out here, so I've got to like step away for a bit. And there's that,
yeah.
and I can understand that too. It's like telling a little 5-year-old girl that, did you know that you and every single one of your loved ones is going to die one day? What? And that's truth,
Exactly
that's
right.
reality, but like they're at a different stage, you know. Same with us. Like just because we're quote unquote adults, it doesn't mean that we're ready for everything. So
That's where I was getting at. Is like, imagine hypothetically again, this was all these things that are happening that seem to be happening monthly. Like these different threat or a different at the start of this year it was maybe World War III would break out. Who knows? Then bushfires and then fucking the pandemic and then fucking knows what else is in store and many other things before that. What if it's all like little tiny tests, little triggers to get us kind of pumped up for what's actually coming? That like these high officials that they know the date the world's going to end or when an asteroid's coming or when an actual plague's going to develop, and they're like going,
yeah,
fuck, if this just happened, people will go absolutely fucking batshit crazy. We got to fucking we got to prepare them, run them through little tests, so when the big one happens, they'll be like, all right, don't go for the toilet paper. We went through that last time. We need to act accordingly. We've been through this before. Don't fucking freak out because we've gone through it. We know what to do, sorta. But if we didn't have any preparation for the big one, we'd be fucking clueless. And this was like, okay, this was my massive hypothetical long plan scheme of what would be fun to think. Because I'm a writer. I make stories and stuff. So it was just fun for me just to make this up.
it's all the 5G, mate.
So
It's bloody weakening our immune system, mate. It's fucking...
That's it. All that. Fucking, what was I going to say? Imagine if there was this world-ending event coming. It feels like we can all feel there's this impending finale that we're heading to. And these things, this environmental disasters, pandemics and war potential are all just pieces of the pie. That a climax of something happening. Now imagine with that theory I'm making up on the head, impression of viewers. I didn't read this anywhere. I literally been staying away. I'm just kind of just making it up. I'm a storyteller. Before you go tell your friend this is what you heard.
Nah, this is 100% facts. Don't listen to this guy.
No, it's 100% facts. Yeah, I'm just joking. This is exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So like they're testing us, right? Testing us and training us. So when the big event does happen, because like imagine yourself at the head of the big table where there's fucking 6 people deciding the fate of humanity, and like who knows what that is. And they go, fuck, how are we gonna, if the world does end, how are we gonna continue the species and save everyone, or at least enough people to continue the next generation or the next civilization of people when this one fucking crumbles, like past cultures and civilizations have before, and they've just left ruins, you know?
Yeah.
So like they're like, fuck, how do we make like a Noah's Ark, save people, and instead of all of them just going crazy and all just on themselves anyway because everyone's panicking too much, how do we train them into going, all right, they need to go into a plan or and be prepared for this, where like when the big one does, would act more accordingly and more people will survive it because we'll be trained. We'll be like, we've been through many things like this before in the past few years. We can handle this together. If we all come together, we'll be able to fucking get through this and get on the other side of the hourglass, which is the new world or the fresh start or the fucking whatever
or the
you
new
want to
world
call it.
order. That could be a scary reality.
Who fucking
knows?
Who fucking knows? But that's my fun Wait, like thinking that. Imagine if these are all just little tests put in this place because they know they have the date of the big one that involves all this. So they're just preparing us.
Right.
Because it all seems
Hitting
a
us
little
with
bit
these
sus.
little
It all like seems a bit. Yeah, it seems all a bit too choreographed. Like with the bushfires, months and months before that, during the backburning seasons, all of a sudden they just cut funding for that. Like it was deliberate, so it would happen. It's like, and now they have all this money that they could have used in that sense for the pandemics. Like, where was that money before to stop the fires? It's like they wanted it to happen. And now this pandemic is happening. It's like they could have stopped it earlier, but they didn't. It's like it was all kind of all said on the news, oh, this is all happening, it's out of our control, but really they're just like, it's all going exactly to plan. Move on to stage 4.
Look at these fools.
And then
scurrying about looking for toilet paper.
Yeah. So far out of the human race, at least 10% are aware and on top of it. 90% are going for the toilet paper and absolutely panicking, shitting their pants and fucking. I don't know. I don't know the statistics. I'm just talking out of my ass here. But like that was a fun thing to think about. Like, cunts at the head table thinking, how are we going to hurt? Like they're looking at humanity as like a big, clueless fucking herd of cattle. Fuck, how do we herd these cunts to the next fucking paddock without all of them? Without, because you need them. You need people to make a society.
Exactly.
And that's all the true facts. Take that home and tell your
100%.
friends, because that's exactly what's going to happen.
Write it down, memorize it, and never stray from that information.
Yeah, don't believe anything else but what I just said. No, seriously, fucking don't. We don't know anything right now. Like you said, like even I've had a mini panic about what's going on. Like, oh shit, like should we be really worried? Like, because I first worried when I heard over in America, everyone's trying to stock up on guns. It's just like, ooh. And what if like after this? What if after all this happens, because it's affected every country? After it, if it gets resolved, everyone starts pointing the blame. Go, all right, who fucking started this, and it starts a war, and it involves everyone because everyone's been affected by it. I lost my job because of you. I fucking lost this. We lost all this. I didn't get toilet paper. I couldn't wipe my ass for 6 weeks because of you. Fucking.
And the Japanese people are like, oh, we told you this would happen. This is why we prepared with our toilets.
Exactly.
You all laughed at us. Now who's laughing?
Exactly.
Then we all have Japanese. I guess the lesson here is that we should all get Japanese toilets, and that's it.
Or wipe our ass with the left
Could
hand.
you imagine? That's the lesson of this whole thing.
Maybe it's just a learning curve that we need to take into account every other culture and how do we all work together instead of working in our own corners of the world. Let's work together as a one species instead of putting walls and borders over everything, because when you zoom out, we're all on the fucking same planet. Like, that baffles me. Like, man, we're all fucking human. We're all fucking living on the same ball. We've all got 2 eyes. Like, fuck, it baffles me that, like, maybe this is the cool thing that might get everyone involved in the same boat, that we all find a way to work together, and who knows what will happen. I'm trying to look at it very positively. Not that theory I just made up. But like, I'm looking at it like what I said earlier, how this is going to be good to be a good, loud, clear example on the environment and what we're doing to the environment when we're active to when we're not active.
Yeah.
So we can see the before and after shots and realize, fuck, we should change that because we actually are. Really,
there's going to be a lot
evidence.
of positives. Of course, there are negatives, people dying, and I'm sure some people are going to take this really badly. But like everything in life, there's always a positive. Yeah, fuck him.
Fuck him.
Yeah, so what? Fuck him. It's not me.
It's just the funniest response to any like real serious comment or like real serious opinion. It's just like,
fuck him.
Yeah.
Dude,
care, mate.
I remember.
I'm gonna go outside and play in the backyard after this.
I remember I was watching TV when I was 15 with my mate and his dad, and there was like this crazy catastrophe that happened in the Philippines, like a tidal wave, heaps of people died, thousands, devastation. And then my mate's dad just looks at the TV and he goes, "What's their fault for living there? Fuck them."
Yeah, that's such like that
It's their
generation
fault for
viewpoint
living
on
there.
it.
Like it's their fault. You shouldn't have been born there. When you were choosing
Just
which
look
vagina portal you were about to pop out of, well, why didn't you fucking
Yeah.
live in Australia, you fucking dumb cunt?
Yeah,
It's your fault you're dead. You fucking deserve it, mate.
But it's
These are
just as
real
simple as
characters.
just like,
You can confirm, right, that these people actually exist.
no, 100%. I've seen it. I'm not going to tell any names, but I've seen it. Like I've seen that where it's just as simple as like can of beer, hole in there, just like massive devastation to like some part of the world, and they're just like, oh, well, fucking good.
They mean it as well. They got like that deadpan look. Yeah,
They're legitimately.
yeah. It never ceases.
And
to
the
blow my
scary
mind,
thing about
man.
those people, the thing about those people is like they're already saying, "Fuck China." They're all saying, "Fucking, it's their fault." Or they're already pointing the blame, and like that's got to start so much shit. It's just
Yeah.
like, what if it could have started anywhere? It could have started in Australia, and then everyone would be like, "Fuck Australia," you know what I mean? Like,
We
it's
need to
just
take responsibility, man. It's like these times. I think the lesson should
blame
be
game.
the lesson should be to always be prepared and control the factors that you can. In this case, it would be to build your immune system, eat healthy, make sure you're getting sunshine, exercise, and
Go
having that
outside.
strong as ox immune system so diseases like this can't touch you. But instead, you see people panicking through this pandemic, hoarding all the flour, the pasta, and all these nasty foods that is compromising your immune system. Like it seems that there are definitely a camp of
And
people who are
staying way
learning.
too clean.
Yeah. There are people who are like learning from this, but other people are just taking it from like the wrong way. Their whole thing is like, no, you have to avoid it.
Yeah.
If you can't avoid it, you're fucked. But the way I like to look at it as, let's just assume that I'm going to catch this. Can my body fight it off? And then what can I do to control those factors? You know, that's how I don't know.
I saw a cool thing
knows?
like if your immunity is way too like if you're constantly cleaning yourself, you're constantly
Sanitized.
in
yeah.
a sanitized apartment or something, constantly just Mr. Burns when he has the casino, like, "Ugh, look at him, Smithers,
Hop in.
germs,
But I said, hop in.
Freemasons run the country,"
Had-
and like so much of that. So like, wouldn't that weaken your immune system? Because you're not like your immune system is designed to fight germs and constantly be trying to fight off something to strengthen it. If you're not
we're
fighting
made to
off
adapt.
anything, then
For sure. We're made
Yeah.
for this shit, man.
So,
and
like,
we can build
going-
a herd.
Yeah.
This happens every so often where this unknown foreign disease comes up, kills a whole bunch of us, but then we build a herd immunity. And then where our
Yeah.
system is able to fight it off, you know?
that's why it's so good to fucking go outside, get some dirt on your feet.
And yes, people, I
hands,
am a
get
doctor and I've got a
fucking
PhD.
grubby.
So what I'm saying is 100%
Yeah.
facts. Undisputable.
100% facts, and you cannot change my mind.
Yeah.
And
Oh, dude, I was
Just
just
full
thinking,
100%.
like, before, even last year, I went to India, and I was thinking, like, fuck, I'm so lucky that I traveled through, like, this, no offense to India, it has a lot of amazing places and
Yeah.
gems, but there is also a lot of shitholes, and it stinks, and it's unsanitized, and who knows what kind of bacteria and how they've mutated, like, I don't know. But I felt like that really helped boost my immune system. Like, just me traveling to, like, really kind of quote-unquote fucked up parts of the world is that my body's getting used to all these foreign substances so that when you come back... Like you said before, you don't want to be... There's a balance with everything. Of course, you don't want to, like, never wash your hands and, you know, scratch your face after you itched your asshole or whatever. Like, you got to be clean to a certain degree. But at the same time, you don't want to, like, wash your hands after every little thing that you touch, because then now your body's going to be like... When you...
gonna adjust to-
Yeah, it's like... In a video game, let's say, like it's like facing the boss battle without fighting minions first and gaining that experience. You're just going straight for the big monster.
Yeah.
And that's going to come eventually, like this coronavirus,
You're not going to be strong enough.
And you could be the cleanest cunt in the world, but there's some dirty motherfucker eating a bat out there who's going to compromise your life. So you got to be prepared for that shit. It's not just up to you.
If that's the official story.
Yeah.
Who knows? If that's the official story. Who knows?
If that is, yeah, exactly.
Who
just assuming.
knows?
Yeah, I don't know, mate. I think it was the reptilian overlords.
Yeah, it's definitely the what are they called? Draconian mothership is definitely doing something, or the moon is definitely power beaming some fucking hectic satellite that's just fucking up with us and got to be controlling us through the internet and the Wi-Fi, and we're all fucked.
Yeah. So might as well enjoy the time we have left, learn a new skill, spend time with your loved ones.
Yep.
It's all good anyway, even if it's...
Learn a fucking hobby.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Do it. It's the best time, like we were saying, it's the best time now that we're like being kept inside to fucking learn a hobby, find something you're good at. You got all the time in the world to practice it, get fit or get fat or fucking do something in this time that you wouldn't otherwise have time for. And then by the time you're out of it, so many people are going to come out with a new skill, a new hobby, and realize, fuck, maybe I want to do this.
Exactly.
Maybe I'll keep doing this. Might change a lot of lives. Might be extremely positive.
And
the outcome.
On that note, I think that's a good way to end the quarantine potty. Cheers for jumping on, Mark.
Fuck, don't worry about it. I'm trying to say quality content. The quarantine content. That doesn't work, does it?
Darkness is Yes.
Oh man, how good was the Joker movie?
Oh, it's fucking the best, man. I was like... It's like the same ballpark as Heath Ledger, I reckon. Like, it hit that level of
good,
just mastery. Did you get the DVD or something?
I got it on my hard drive.
Oh, sick.
Watch it at heaps.
Oh, have you? I've only seen it the once in the cinemas. I want to watch it again.
Everyone just yells and screams at each other.
It's the
No
best.
one's civil anymore.
Dude, I was gonna... Because I wanted to watch it because I was going to go to Mexico. And for all you guys who signed up for the Mexico retreat, obviously, you know, with this whole pandemic, obviously we're going to go. Meet you there next week. But... obviously I had to go get cancelled, so it's going to be postponed until July. But anyways, before this whole Mexico thing, because I was going to go through this journey, you got to be like go on this mental fast. So I wanted to play Resident Evil and watch Joker and all these like dark movies. But I'm like, oh, do I really want to fill my mind up with that? Like just before crossing the other dimension. I don't know. I got to watch Joker again, but yeah, man. Anyways, for those listening at home, where can people find you? You want to plug a few... maybe social medias or what you're working on at the moment, how they can keep updated with what you're doing.
Actually, that's a good thing I should mention, because there's a lot of fake accounts, people that have made accounts with that's like Big Lez or my characters or something or whatever. And a lot of people or YouTube, I don't know, there's a bunch out there, but a lot of people are thinking they're all legit. So I guess I'll just say the legit ones, like merch as well, because people will sell bootleg merch and everything. And people are asking me which one's the right one. I actually don't have merch coming out yet, but it will. So if you want to keep updated, just either follow the Big Lez Show official Instagram. That's what I probably use the most is Instagram. Not the Big Lez Show page. I rarely go onto it, but the most one I use is like my personal Instagram.
Which is
my YouTube,
Jarrad.Wright?
Just Jarrad.Wright, yeah.
Yeah.
The one I'm following you on.
Yeah, I'll leave links in the description box.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, sweet. Well, it's just that's all I use is, fucking, it's down there, can't, it's all, might be up here as well. But,
They used to have, remember, it used to be on the side. It would be like, right, imagine the old YouTube videos, like, yep, just click here, what? And it points to like another suggested video which has nothing to do with that.
Click on my nips. But yeah, it's just my perso Instagram that like you'll probably see information because I just make stories and stuff for fun. Or the Big Lez Show Official, my official YouTube account, and I sometimes use the official Facebook, but I really don't go on Facebook, so like just Instagram basically is probably where you'll get it the most. I got Patreon as well.
Yeah,
but
check all that out. And yeah, we'll
just
do
me
another
two
one.
Instagrams.
We'll always do these podcasts. We should do them more often. It's like,
yeah, we should.
just
Yeah,
have-
we'll
just
be able
having
to
a
do
chat.
heaps of them. Yeah, we've got fucking nothing.
or
to
just
do.
even when we
Fucking-
catch up, we're just like, oh, might as well record this and make content, you know, while we're in this
just talk
bloody
about
quarantine.
movies and shit. What games are you playing?
Actually, yeah. People listening at home, comment below on what topics you want us to explore next time, and maybe we can
Yeah,
pick a
that'd be
few
cool.
from this video and then see how we go.
Yeah, fucking no.
Come up with more concrete 100% facts
yeah,
leading
100%,
the people. Fuck yeah.
100%.
Can I play your farewell tune?
Don't believe anything else you hear except for us, because we
I'm gonna play your little
obviously are scientists. We should even have a jam podcast.
I know, right? But isn't this
just have
thing
jam.
like delayed a bit, so it wouldn't be like in sync completely?
Yeah, that's probably true.
We'll figure out.
We just have to have a riff battle.
Do you recognize this? I thought you'd appreciate that one.
That was fucking awesome. Yeah. Do you want me to put the hammer down?
We should do like a full band cover of that shit, or like a metal version. Dun,
That'll be so cool.
yeah, it'd be sick. Alright, next time we'll do a virtual podcast, and fuck yeah, have a good one, guys. Thanks for listening.
Cheers for tuning in.
Hang on a
And
sec.
fucking
Oh, dude, hang on. Where are we? I didn't record the whole time.
Really?
Nah, just fucking with you. Yeah, no, I got it.
I was gonna say.
That's like my new. That's my new thing
now.
now. I record a video with someone at the end. I'll be like, "Oh fuck, I didn't record." And they're like, "Really? Nah, you're alright."
You got me. Too bad April Fools was yesterday. You could have got me fucking good there.
But I got I gave you some good feelings, you know? I gave you like this alternate horror story that happened, and then I'm like, nah, it's not real. It's all good.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, oh. But in my mind, I was like, straight away in that moment, it was like, we're doing more anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Who cares?
Alright, I'll just stop this now, and fuck yeah. Too easy. These are so easy, man. In a good way. Let's see.
Yeah, fuck it.
Cheers for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you're watching on YouTube, remember to leave a like and comment below. And if you want to support the podcast, then feel free to become a monthly supporter on patreon.com/yourmatetom. Have a good one, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.